wanna play cornhole, brother? Red, white, black, and blue. I'm gonna corn that hole, brother. Red, white, black, and blue. Ah! Throw that sack. Hardcore sack. Sack deep into that hole, brother. Hardcore sack. It's not a barbecue, brother. Hardcore sack. Without a good cornhole, brother. Hardcore sack. You wanna play cornhole, brother? Red, white, black, and blue. I'm gonna corn that hole, brother. Red, white, black, and blue. You can't escape this, brother. Hard corn sack. You need some of this preparation. Triple H. Let me tell you something, brother. I'm the greatest cornholer of all time, brother. You need to dig down deep in the back of that dirty garage, brother, and find those boxes with those holes. Spread those holes. That's right, brother. Spread those holes out in the backyard, brother. Spread those holes. And grab that sack. Hardcore sack. That's right, grab that sack. Hardcore sack. And run wild on that cornhole, brother. That's not a barbecue, brother. Hardcore sack. Without a good cornhole, brother. Hardcore sack. You wanna play cornhole, brother? Red, white, black, and blue. I'm gonna corn that hole, brother. Red, white, black, and blue. Red, white, black, and blue. Red, white, black, and
Ooh, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a very special PWT run-in. Yeah, that's right, folks. We're here on a Tuesday. We're doing a run-in. Yeah. I am Philip S. Marks, and the S is for Spider-Man. No, it's working on a review for that today. How you guys doing? I told y'all we're doing a run-in this week. Expect me to pop up live just randomly this week. Of course, tomorrow's the regular PWT live show, and then Dave Meltzer Dumb Moment of the Week. I may pop in with a live Friday, okay? There's stuff building up in these Phil Marks bookmarks. There is stuff that's just been piling up, piling up. And one of these folders is just getting overfilled, and it is the Sicko segment, okay? So I wanted to pop on stream and do some Sicko action here. And so we're going to get into all of that, guys. Make sure you hit like, heart, retweet, all of that good shit. And make sure you continue to support the show as you guys have been. I hope you enjoyed the Raw after SummerSlam. We watched it on PWT Memba Monday, but that's not why you all are here. You guys are all here for the segment that is nobody's favorite segment, but it is called the Sicko segment. And today we have a shit ton to get to. TK Mark 36 has been a member for 17 months, well over a year. I thank you so much. And I also acknowledge the members. Guys, you can super chat and gift a membership. Become a member for only 99 cents. I do bonus shows every week. We watched Raw this last week. So you guys can hear what I think about that there. and all of that good stuff. And yeah, dude, it is Sicko Wars time. I tried to make the thumbnail be like the X-Men, like the intro to X-Men, where all the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants and the X-Men are running at each other. And I made it like AEW Sickos and WWE Wackos. And so, again, this folder's been piling up full of stuff. It's been months and months. And we do Sicko segments here and there, but it's not enough to get through all of this. So we are going to get through this Sicko folder, this Sicko segment folder. And it's going to be one hell of a time. I can't wait. Some of it will be funny. We will laugh. We will cry. We will be disturbed. Ooh, ah. Okay. All of these things are about to happen this random Tuesday evening. And again, Friday, look out for me. I might just pop in live like anytime randomly. So I know I didn't give anybody a heads up really, but I appreciate you all for being here. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for nobody's favorite segment, and it is called the Sickos and Wackos segment. Oh. So I don't even know where to start with all this, but I think a good place to start is just the fundamental misunderstanding of professional wrestling that happens in the IWC. Okay, so let's take a look at this. It's happened not too long ago. And this guy, Indigo Montoya, said just had a look at Forbidden Door match lengths. Lists all the match lengths from Forbidden Door. 17 minutes, 26 minutes, 18 minutes, 18 minutes, 18 minutes, 16 minutes, 24, 31, 35. And then this guy goes, thank fuck I didn't attempt to watch that self-indulgent bullshit. Zero fucking clue in how to pace a show and then play dumb with why don't people like AEW? Which is true. It's incredibly self-indulgent. It's not fan service. Fan service is making sure people can get home in time or go out after the show. Okay? These sorts of things. So Keith Burton responds and goes, if you can't handle 6 hours of real pro wrestling, professional wrestling, the sport isn't for you. Good news. WWE exists where the matches are all 6 minutes long and there's only one per hour. And it's funny because more people watch WWE. So this guy's just owning himself, essentially. And I responded to this and I go, that's not real pro wrestling. Pro wrestling became pro wrestling because real shooters got older and needed to figure out a way to draw longer without being as physical and wrecking their bodies. So they leaned into flagrant characters, promos, and working shoots. The snobbiest pro wrestling fans don't even understand pro wrestling on a fundamental level. And it's the truth. So we move along. And I think there's other posts like this, just a couple more. And it's all over the place. So this guy quote tweets me and goes, well, no, let's see. Let's go down this rabbit hole, right? Because this has to do, like, the Observer asked, was Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland the match of the year? And I wrote, Swerve and Ospreay both do the same match every single time they wrestle. I'm sorry, but that's not impressive just because it's very physical, especially when everyone's very physical in the company. Watch MMA if you want to see repetitive and real ass whoopings. It's far more rewarding and it's actually real. And it's true. MMA fights are repetitive as fuck. Two guys walk in with their guard high. They start throwing jabs. They start throwing leg kicks. They start feigning double legs and shit. It's repetitive. Some people find it super boring, but the dire consequence of the physicality is what makes the repetitiveness acceptable. And same with boxing. Two guys go in there. One guy establishes the jab. Every now and then you get two guys who just fucking throw down. It's actual chess where the physicality matters. Whereas in pro wrestling, it's just one element that matters. We all like it to be physical, but it's just one of the many factors that actually matter, especially when you're claiming to be a top guy the way Bruv and Swerve constantly do. So Kenny Liger goes, tends to happen between two wrestlers that have great chemistry and have wrestled each other several times in the past. Now, stipulations do change things up quite a bit. So if they were to ever have another match in the future, I would want a different stipulation to spice it up. Now, again, it's just crazy wacko shit. Roman Reigns for instance, he keeps having just singles matches with guys and they're fucking burning it down. Yes, you throw in a triple threat. But he's just like, again, Punk keeps having one-on-ones and he keeps just tearing it down and shit. So like the stipulation doesn't matter if you rely on physicality. I'm not even trying to go at this guy too hard either. Like I ain't even hating on him, right? He's just like, oh, put them in a cage next time. But if you don't know how to tell a story on a fundamental level, then it doesn't matter if you're in a cage or on a boat or you have a ladder or it's a fucking lumberjack match. It doesn't matter if you don't know what to do with it other than be physical. So I go, I disagree, and you're missing the point. Swerve wrestles anyone, and it's the same match. Osprey wrestles anyone, and it's the same match. Their big matches are just the same sequence of finisher, power up, reverse finisher, trade finisher, kick out, finish. They both are stuck on repeat. And so many people are like that in AEW. So then All Elite Doug chimes in and goes, this is total nonsense. You have to be smarter than that. The wrong then. There are levels to this, and you can't. So there's levels to what they're doing in AEW on the physical side. Okay. To this, and you can't graduate to the next level because you don't know what you are watching. Stick to the basics because once it gets advanced, you can't understand it. And I'm telling you, man, this is what sickos think. And this is what Dave has said. This is why they think this shit. I mean, smart fans, poor people don't like AEW, Brian. Smart fans, very educated, smart, rich people love AEW, Brian. Well, it's very advanced and it's advanced wrestling. You need to read and learn. And it's like, dude, no, because you don't, when people go, it's not that deep, bro. That's what it is with wrestling, kind of. And I just wrote, no, All Elite Doug, you're that guy who thinks you have some deeper grasp and understanding of pro wrestling that you don't. And in fact, the opposite. All because you want constant acrobatic and physical carnage. That's fine. I like it too. But too many guys rely on just that, and it is vastly less mass appeal. Pro wrestling is create an angle, generate heat, work a shoot, sell marks, tickets for a pay-per-view. That's all it is. That's the deviation from the original hookers and catch-can shooters. Let's not actually hurt ourselves by being overly physical so we can work more and make more money. How do we sell way more tickets while beating up our bodies way less? Go watch MMA if you want next level physicality because it's real wrestling and all this shit you sickos espouse. Real pro wrestling, which is what we're talking about, is all about heat and drama. Yes, it's physical by nature, but when you're stuck having the same match over and over and over again and wrecking your body with nothing to show for it other than Meltzer stars because you already have millions in the bank, that's just being a mark. Boom, roasted. Show over. Crush the whole wrestling industry right there. Okay? So we move along here. And some of these AEW sickos, I guess we'll just stick on the topic of AEW sickos before we get to WWE super stalkers. Right? We got some funny stuff in here too. But when it comes to the sickos, okay, where do we even start with this? So this guy, Aaron Loves Wrestling. He goes, want to send a message to TKO? Stop buying WWE tickets and buy AEW tickets. Let TKO know you're not happy with what they're doing with WWE. Now, he got felted because like a day later, and I think some shit got deleted here. Obviously, stuff gets deleted in the Sicko segment all the time, okay, guys? That's why it needs to be timely and why we need to clear out this folder. But this dude like became a WWE affiliate like a day later, like the same day or the same week or something. I'm not even joking. He became like a WWE shop affiliate after tweeting out, stop buying tickets, send them a message. So it's just one of these like good for me, not for the fake, like, no, man, love all wrestling, but then wants you to stop buying tickets for one or the fucking other. I don't know. Which maybe there is something to that. Like if you love WWE and they're fucking up bad, you gotta like not buy tickets, I guess, and then maybe they turn shit around. Maybe that could be interpreted as one day. We're trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, okay? But yeah, this guy, Brandon the Heel, says, I guess for AEW podcast, TKO is okay when it lines his pocket. So much for standing up and sending a message. So yeah, it's unavailable because this guy quote tweeted and he deleted the post. of him saying, I'm a WWE affiliate now. So he has like one of those shop links where you click it and then you fucking, and this is after saying, stop buying TKO tickets, man. So pretty funny how that shit happens. And, speaking of AEW, Ricochet got into it with a fan here. So this person here, 401 Kendall, wrote, this is just too much. And then there's an account that was blocked. I don't know whoever screen grabbed this. I'm not sure who's blocked here. But then Ricochet goes, you are either a child or just a stupid adult who doesn't get humor or social clues. And then 401 Kendall goes, you play with your butt. And then Ricochet goes, now you're kink shaming? He admits it's his kink. So then 401 Kendall goes, no, but she probably was. Hashtag put the fingers down, and it's his ex. Oh, shit. Oh, you my God.
You fucked up! You fucked up! Why don't you just go ahead and fuck yourself up the ass?
Holy man, that's a pretty solid destruction from just a random fan, and I doubt he fucking responded to that. Because what are you going to say? You got completely destroyed. So we move along here, and this person here, Mib Rar Dragon, whatever, Dragon FC goes, most of the talk on here about AEW attendance and future is mere toxic speculation. Hey, let me just tell you guys something. You can't throw toxic in front of other words and then make it bad. It's just because it's speculation, it doesn't mean it's toxic. That doesn't make sense. Speculating on things because you don't like it doesn't make it toxic speculation. You're toxic, I'm speculating. Stick to learning from those who research this stuff and are trustworthy. So again, this is a sicko, and it's like, yeah, so Hollywood agents who have a propensity to fucking just spill everything publicly on Twitter, or fucking people like Dave Meltzer and BJ Bethel. But this is probably a bot. Collision is so much better than Rampage. A full 2 hours too. Okay, that's a fair. I think Collision is better than Rampage. We used to be nervous about AEW ratings coming out. Now we have to look forward to them every week. Why would you be nervous about them coming out? And also, like, that means you're too invested in the wrong way. Unless you work for the company, unless this is like a company guy's bot account that gets no motion, like most of them. But now we have to look forward to them. And yeah, I mean, the quarter hours got hidden. So if I'm Tone and these guys, I'm looking forward to them too. If I'm Ron, or what was that? What was the bot account, the bot farm's name? Ron or whatever? Rampage for 2 hours would have seen numbers drop even lower. Collision's been doing mid to high 400Ks for 2 hour shows is even more impressive. Collision is so much better. I mean, okay, I mean, this guy's not even being that crazy. I would say just like his first tweet, toxic speculation. That's probably what I bookmarked that for, but again, it's like a month ago. Yeah, you can't just be like, this is toxic speculation. No, it's just speculation, whether it's good or bad. So where do we go from here? There's so much funny shit in here. I just kind of want to stick to AEW fans, I guess. So this Peter Rock goes, 17 million viewers, my ass for UFC. And then this guy drops the receipt, MMAfighting.com, UFC White House card draws 17 million viewers. And then this guy goes, US and Latin America, LMAO. So it just shows you, dude, like, this is a guy who's under every fucking post just being like, but AEW, you're an idiot. AEW rules, AEW, blah, blah, blah. And it just shows you, man, that their most diehard fans don't understand it's streaming. So it's like global, it's everything. And also US and Latin America. So what the fuck are you tripping about? And then this guy, Commissioner Bob Armstrong, goes, that is correct, Peter. Oh my God, that's so funny. Shout out this guy. who just handled that so hilariously. But yeah, US and Latin America, it's like, who gives a fuck? That's what streaming is, right? So that's what the Netflix views are. And the 17 million viewers, guess what? Paramount, the numbers that maybe Paramount does it differently than Netflix, but that's just viewers. That's not even fucking all the views. That's not even households and multipliers and all that shit. So it's just so funny. Again, just exposed for they don't get the ratings thing, but they want to cry about ratings all the time. It's the funniest shit. So here is maybe we'll circle back to this. This is I forget this streamer girl's name, Minnie. And she goes off about AEW fans essentially and how because she does put over AEW, like when she digs what's going on. A lot of people are like, oh, you just want your reactions on WWE again, Fed drone and stuff. But I think she's fair to AEW, at least from what I've seen. I don't even know if I follow her, but the posts I've seen from her and stuff, like I've seen her reacting to AEW shit. So again, people just want to pick and choose, like you're an E-drone and then you fucking criticize WWE, then the wackos come in and they, fucking defend corpo slop, man. No. But maybe we'll circle back to this because it's a bit of a longer one and she kind of goes off on like AEW fans and she's like, you seriously can't even criticize this shit. I just want to kind of get through some of these AEW tweets and posts. So this guy mostly wrestling with a totally elite 1337 way of typing his name, bro. Writes, AEW moving to CBS would destroy a lot of fragile people because they effectively been the wrestling company that's available to the most homes in America, i.e. free TV plus streaming on Paramount Plus. They would basically be number one. And so it's funny because Paramount, Netflix is bigger than Paramount. Paramount's trying to scale up. So you don't do that by bringing in AEW because these dummies don't understand. They truly believe that if you just put AEW on instead of Raw, it would do the same viewers as Raw. That a bunch of people wouldn't shut it off and go, what the fuck was that? They genuinely think this shit. They're mental. Just because it goes on Paramount doesn't mean way more people are going to watch it. Right, that was the risk with Raw, but Raw, they're easily, according to Thurston and shit, they're easily doing the same numbers or better that they were on USA in just America alone. By the way, Netflix tabulates the viewers, so they don't understand. Like, if they went on Paramount Plus, not only would they get embarrassed because their views would be way down and they'd all be like scratching their heads, what the fuck? And then Dave would have to start talking about streaming. Well, if you multiply it by 5, Brian, because there's fucking however many people in a home, their heads would explode. They don't even understand because, Dave's been fucking, and their leaders, these BJ Bethels, they just don't know what they're talking about, but they talk about it like they do. So they wouldn't basically be number one. Netflix has more viewers. They think that like these multipliers and shit are affect whatever. They think that they're going to convert 100% of the fucking Max people who are watching on HBO Max and all this shit. It's just mentally ill. And again, this could be a fucking bot, but it's just funny to make fun of. You know what I'm saying? And it would destroy a lot of fragile people. It would destroy the sickos because they'd see the numbers and go, whoa, that little people are watching AEW. But here's why Paramount's fucked and what Nick Lopeclo's been trying to explain. This is what I try to explain too. Paramount is buying Warner Bros. Why? Because they want a company that's just shitting the bed on everything. Like right now, they're fucking up. WBD's unable because this shit's being held up in court. This merger, they can't get like pen to paper on Barbie 2, which made them money and shit like that. So now we're seeing already like the box office is getting fucked. Everything already was fucking up for WBD. Right? And they have all this debt. So what does Paramount want? How are they going to scale and rival Netflix? They need Harry Potter. They need Batman. They need Scooby-Doo. They need fucking DC. They need all that shit. TNT Sports and shit. They don't give a fuck. That's going to go away. right? And what a guy like Niccolo Piccolo has been trying to tell everybody, he's like, look, it's about scale with Paramount. So things like AEW that don't bring scale, like when Dave sits there and goes, oh, it costs less money to operate than UFC, if you really think about blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but UFC brings scale. UFC brings the next Conor McGregor, who breakout star, who everyone's like, oh, gotta, fucking 100 million are gonna tune in to see this guy fight. Like whoever that next guy is, it brings that. It brings this MMA that's been scalable this whole fucking time, that's been growing and growing, quite possibly the fastest growing sport in history. I know Dana White said that. That's like a talking point, but it very well could be, right? WWE, with their global expansion and the business they've done as of late, that's proven there's a track record of scale. The TKO, just in general, TKO, remember, is UFC and WWE combined into one. So that's what they're looking to do. Harry Potter, we can make billions off that again. Right? Fucking Discovery, TNT Sport, fuck that. Just sports on Paramount. You know what I mean? Paramount Sports, they don't care about that. TNT Sports doesn't draw. It's the sports that are on there. AEW's on there, let's say. TBS, TNT Sports. AEW isn't scaling. It's not scalable. It's gone backwards. This is why Tone and all these guys are going. Ticket sales are up. Attendance is up. Everything's up because it's a desperate, like Tone it finally realizes what's going on. And he understands what the Ellisons are trying to do. And that comes with IP. You need IP to do that. AEW as an IP, and then all of the IPs that come along with it, like Moxley and Osprey and these guys, they're not drawing. It's not scale. It's not growing. In fact, it's just inflating. You're about to bring the New Day in. You're about to bring you just brought Motor Cities in, Tone. Now I'm talking to Tone. So these are things that don't this is why Paramount would want to ditch the shit. They don't care about, it'll easily be the number one wrestling and it's cheap to put on and we'll own a chunk of it. And I'm telling you, that's like, we'll throw that away. The way when Disney merged with 20th Century, they were like, okay, we'll tell you what, your sports, we won't take any of the sports stuff. And why? Because Disney, you can't own the teams. Like you can fucking... Like the teams play on, you get NHL games, let's say, or whatever, but they don't own all the teams. You want to own all the pieces. And then you can blow them the fuck up. Superman should be raking in billies right now. Okay? If it were, WBD wouldn't be in this position in the first place. So it's not like AEW is just going to go there and then the same amount of people, plus more because it's on Paramount, are going to watch. Who's convinced people of this shit? JJ Alexander goes, this chucklefuck thinks AEW will just instantly get a primetime spot on network television if Paramount chooses to give them a chance. With my full chest, I say, bitch, shut the fuck up. Dude, I don't even know if this guy's even saying that, dude. I think he's saying that he thinks that if it just goes on Paramount Plus, or no, I guess CBS, he named it. Okay, yeah, fair enough. I just overlooked that part because, again, what makes anyone think this will go on network, like take up net? Maybe. I mean, they do 500,000. Maybe a network looks at that and goes, yeah, we'd pay for that or whatever. Maybe. I'm not even saying that's not a possibility, but people way smarter than me are like, Phil, there's no possibility of that. So I don't fucking know. I just got to go with that. So AEW Neckbeards posts, Follow the Revolution. So this FTR Follow the Revolution guy, he posts like him and Neckbeards are always feuding, right? And so he posted this meme, Netflix and chill? Nah, it's elite date night. Which, I mean, this is like crazy fantasizing here. This is gooner shit, bro. Whoa, dude. Holy shit. So then this gets posted. Let's see, dude. We're jumping all over the place. So here's an AEW fan. Or is this WWE shit? No, yeah, it's WWE shit. Okay, so Neckbeards posts this. This is from Follow the Revolution. And Neckbeard says, Daily Tony Khan glazing from Mr. Nicebeard. It's like spy versus spy. So this guy goes, today's elite opinion. The past 7 years have been a remarkable journey for AEW, marked by numerous enjoyable moments. What I appreciate most is the organization's strategic partnerships with fantastic companies such as CMLL, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Eve, Warrior Wrestling, Rev Pro, and others. I am particularly fond of how AEW's collaborations with previously unfamiliar promotions have broadened my knowledge and appreciation for the industry. AEW's commitment to giving growth and development within the business, rather than solely focusing on its own brand, is truly commendable. Through these partnerships, I have discovered and become a fan of exceptional talents from outside AEW, including Luke Jacobs, Mystica, Anita Vaughn, and many others. Anita Brain, dude. That's who you need to be a fan of. Furthermore, I appreciate that AEW's signed and active talent are open to explore and compete outside the AEW banner, a promise that TK has upheld since the organization's inception. AEW's selfless approach to the wrestling industry is truly admirable, and it is undeniable that the organization is making a positive impact in the business as a whole. Hell, wrestling fans appreciate it. They love this shit that we call professional wrestling. Thank you, AEW. From GJ. Dude, crazy glaze, man. Crazy fucking glaze. This guy has a relative who works there or something. This is Mikey Ruckus' nephew or something like this, dude. Because who else is, right? This is QT Marshall's cousin or something. Because who else is posting shit like this? CWJ for 2 sweet says marked by everything except profit. Oh, man. Thank you. Yeah, that's crazy. Thank you, Follow the Revolution, for the fucking hilarious LOLs. It's crazy. Just unhinged glaze sesh posts. So now the sickos are starting to eat each other. As they will. So again, sickos try and do this thing where it's always projection. So they know that they're eating each other, and shows like mine have pointed this out innumerable times. However, whenever there's discourse between WWE, listen, man, WWE fans have always debated with WWE fans. Always, for decades and decades and decades. So when you see infighting within WWE, sickos leave it alone. Doesn't matter what you think about it, because there's infighting with you guys and you're a fucking cult. Whereas WWE, there's always been a healthy balance of this is good, this is shit. You might even go to a show with your friend, he's booing the guy you're cheering, and vice versa. This has always been, as long as I've been a wrestling fan, there's been discourse between what's good in WWE. Is SmackDown better than Raw? Who the better GM is? This is garbage, this isn't. This guy should get pushed. Right? So AEW fans have been starting to kind of eat each other for quite a while now. And you see some of the AEW fans now going, oh, WWE fans eating each other. Nope, they're just disagreeing. It's like Liv and Rhea fans. They're all fans of WWE. They're just disagreeing about Riv or Leah. Liv or Rhea. So AR Gold goes, hey, Tony Khan, I'll be watching AEW Collision tonight for the very first time, only because Anna Jay asked so nicely. So please do the right thing and crown Ty J tonight. Whoa. And then this Ace Humphreys guy goes, biggest fake AEW virgin fan alive. Oh, man, it's so funny. It's awesome to see. Both are just definitely gooning to Anna Jay's fucking live streams. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. Here's more Follow the Revolution. So here's what Neckbeards had to say. He says, your dad did not tell you that a Mox promo was so good that it made him open up to you about his battle with health issues. Come on, this is gross. Oh, shit. And then did this guy post an image of Mox with his family? Oh my God, dude. Sicko alert. Oh my God. What are you doing, buddy? This is the parasocial shit, man. And listen, there's probably some wackos that are just as serious as this. In fact, we're going to make, if you guys think this is just me making fun of AEW fans, oh, no. And people want to know, what do we call the crazy WWE fans? Fucking wackos. I've been saying it forever. It's going to catch on. Okay. But we're going to make fun of wackos too. Okay. And some of them take it to a whole other level. But Follow the Revolution goes, I have to say Moxley's character, that he's not only a force to be reckoned with in the ring, but also a fantastic father and husband. Now, I'm sure he is, but you don't know that. So, unless you're like his cousin. Is this your nephew or something, Mox? What's going on? Who is this guy? Who's this fucking guy? I'll never forget the powerful promo he delivered on Dynamite after overcoming his struggles with alcohol addiction. It was a moment that felt so real deeply with me, especially as I was going through a tough time with my own family, where my mother going on for surgery. Well, that's unfortunate. And I vividly remember my pops watching that episode of Mox that same week when he returned cutting that heartfelt promo. My dad was talking to me later that night saying the promo from Mox was so good. He opened to me that he was battling with health issues. 2 years later, my dad passed away. Okay, well, that's fucking terrible. But, yeah, well, whatever. I wasn't fucking there. I don't know if his dad said this to him, but press X to doubt, chat. Like, terribly, awfully sorry about your dad. Mox's transformation is a shining example of the human capacity for growth, and it's privileged to have John thrive as a person, husband to Renee, and father to Nora. You guys know Mox is California sober, right? So, like, I bet he chews tobacco and he'll smoke. He'll smoke weed, dude. He took that hit off that blunt in that music video, and they were like, no, it was a cigar. No, it's not, bro. He's just California sober. The world of pro wrestling is indeed fortunate to have Moxley. Here's my whole thing. Now, like, his family stuff aside, tragic, terrible, God bless you, and I truly, that's incredibly unfortunate. But just like the whole Mox glazing post, like, so what about fucking Punk is literally a straight edge wrestler, and maybe I guess you're talking about battling demons. There's a lot of like, where's the post about, let's take an AEW guy, the Jake the Snake documentary. Maybe you guys didn't watch it, but this just seems like Mox was drinking a bunch, but he just quit drinking. So a lot of people do that. Who knows, was he even in a rehab or anything like that? Who fucking knows? It's good if he got sober, and that was a good thing, I guess. I'm happy that's listen, all I'm saying is Neckbeards is pressing X to doubt. He studies you way harder than I do. Okay, so it just seems a little parasocial what you're doing here. Then posting a picture of Mox with his family is kind of crazy. Like, that's too attached, man. But wrestling's his escape, I suppose. So we move along here, and here's some AEW fans, I guess. And Mr. Eddie Gillette posted this. So Will Ospreay addressed the criticism towards his recent line about Alex Windsor on Dynamite. So if you guys don't remember, he was like, bruv, I climbed on top of me wife, bruv. I fucking gave her back shots, bruv. Said, wipe yourself up, you dusty slag. And I hit the fucking ring. I've got me a match tonight, bruv. And everyone was like, cringe, like, you're fucking cringy. This is middle schooler. I just got laid for the first time. Cringe, right? And so Ospreay goes, well, CWJ for 5 goes, do you think the IWC does not understand that a large majority of WWE fans sit back and enjoy, unlike a higher percentage of AEW fan that sees AEW's validation? Well, that's just it. That's the problem. This is the problem that's ruining a lot of media, just in general. It's self-inserts. It's weird parasocial shit. It's getting away from what the fucking... like... yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to answer this, but... yes, it's okay to see yourselves in characters and stuff like that, but it's just created like a weird, very underground internet sleuth type of wrestling fan. a higher percentage of AEW fan that sees AEW fan as validation. And that's what I mean. Like, that's like for WWE, the most of the fans are the casuals, right? That's what people want to say. Even though, I mean, Raws are doing like 10,000 everywhere they go, but that's because a lot of casuals like it. So just by nature of them being casual fans, it's not as serious. The higher percentage of WWE fans, it's not as serious and parasocial. Whereas AEW, it's not only more that, but it's more Tone has outright catered to these people and outright tagged people who operate bot farms and fucking tweets asking Bix to unblock them, who's like a weird, crazy virtue signaling fucking dementoid. You know, it's craziness, man. So yes, I get what you're saying, but to take it even deeper, it's like people throw parasocial around too much, but it is truly that when you're like posting Mox's family and shit, that's weirdo behavior, man. I don't know. But Wrestle Purist, talks about how Will Ospreay addresses him, jizzing on his wife and being like, clean yourself up, slag. And then Mick Flair Drip goes woo on a bitch and goes, perfect response to forget about it, ass white knights and feminists in the IWC LMAO, go and fuck yourselves. And so that's one response to this. So then this guy named Dum Dum, who's fucking faceless, Dum Dum, LOL at all that. Forget about it's crying in the replies, fuck off. Brandon Figueroa says, it's because he dared say something a straight man would say, and it triggered the limp dicks out there. They can go fuck themselves. And then this guy goes, Will Ospreay isn't top guy material. He consolidates that constantly. He's immature. This is Eddie Gillette, who posted the original post, says, and somewhat obnoxious. He should show humility and just give a small apology. A lot of people viewed his comments and actions as misogynistic. Being tone deaf to that is unsurprising. Yeah, well, it's not even, it's just cringe. Like, fuck them. It's not misogynistic to be like, and then I busted on her back. And we're going to fucking, there's women fans who bring signs that say, fuck my face, Finn, and sit on my face, Mara Sade, and shit like that. Literally, we're going to look at it today. So fuck all that, the misogynistic, obic, all that shit. Just shut the fuck up with that. It's just these, like, you're defo, gay. Like, this is just what you get in the IWC now. It's middle schooler, dumb fuckery. They all, even me, dude, when I was like, look at ROH, it's just like women are shaking titties at each other. And I showed, like, a bunch of people go in my replies and go, or anyone who criticized it, and they go, what, you don't like titties? What are you, gay? What are you, fucking gay, bro? It's like, no, I like titty shaking just as much as anyone, but it's Ring of Honor. Like, imagine if you went 20 years ago and showed the people in Ring of Honor, that's what Ring of Honor would be in 20 years. And this guy named Tony Khan, who was a billionaire on the message boards, owned the fucking company. They would all laugh, be like, that is fucking, they would be shocked. They'd be like, fuck this. They'd burn it to the ground when Punk left, if they knew that's what the future held for it, dude. So that's undeniable. And then, I don't know, just these fucking, I don't know if these are, so I guess these are just dudes who are calling every AEW fan gay and shit. I don't know. It just attracts the lowliest of the low on both sides of the aisle. That's what the fuck AEW's been doing. I promise it has created more toxicity. People want to say toxic speculation. It's helped foster more toxicity than fucking one could ever hope for or ask for. All right. So, speaking of dumbass fans in the IWC, we got to make fun of WWE fans too. Okay. It's not just the AEW Sickos. There's a lot of dirt bags and lily pickers who fucking are fans of WWE as well. So let's make fun of them as well. Let me just sip some drink here. Give me a second. So here is, and this is courtesy of at AEW Neckbeards, who says, would you want a guy who watches wrestling to sign your wrestling poster? So I think this is the Brock Lesnar guy, the Brock Lesnar shirt guy, who is borderline lolcow, in my opinion. He's not online enough melting down and shit to where you got to make fun of him every week, but it's cringe as fuck. So let's take a look at this fool, and he's signing people's wrestling posters.
Yep.
And then he's like, go. He wants to do it on camera. Man, you can tell this guy's a mark for himself. Man, film me signing a wrestling poster, man.
Yep.
And he's like printing his name. When you give a John Hancock, dude, you're fucking whizzing. You have a signature, like a zoo 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 zoo. His shit is like KEI dot cross the okay. He's fucking printing it. And it's not even in cursive. Shit, let's see it. Oh my god, it's not in cursive. And he does BCG, then dot dot smiley face. Or BLG. Who knows about that BGL Big Gay Lion from the fucking Fighter and the Kids subreddit? This guy looks like he'd be a Brendan Schaub fan. So that's super fucking cringe. And you have some old school WWE fans who post shit like this, and Benoit's popped up a few times here. So let's go through these. Some graffiti artist on a train did this. Benoit was framed. It's a conspiracy. Well, why don't you tell me if Benoit was framed? I was there that evening. I rescued him. He was down in the Baja, so how could have he been there at the same time? Mind control. So Benoit was framed. That's just like uber wacko behavior right there, painting that. There's a couple other Benoit ones that are just fucking ludicrous. So someone posted this, Boston Nougat, on Father's Day, goes, have a killer Father's Day from your pal Chris Benoit. Bro.
Wrestling's not fake!
Ooh, ah! That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. That is unhinged, man. I think there's one more Benoit thing. I don't know. Maybe there isn't another Benoit thing, but you guys, there was that image of that guy wearing like a Chris Benoit tee. I think he was like at a Raw, or he was like, I don't know. He took a picture in front of the ring and he's like, no one said anything or whatever the fuck. And it said like Chris Benoit is innocent or something. I swear to God. Whatever. Craziness. And, speaking of the Gooners, man, Violet Myers. Now, those who know, okay? And she speaks to a WWE fan who brought a sign with her name on it to a recent show.
There's this photo that went viral on social media.
And if you're not careful, she'll suck your dick, dude. Violet Myers is known for, she'll meet up with fans and film her content with, like, actual fans and shit. Allegedly. Maybe it's a work. Maybe she's working everybody and they're really just dudes in the biz. But
And I seen like my name on WWE. I was like, what was it that had called for me? And he was like, that was my sign.
he's lying. Yeah. Oh, that was totally my sign for sure. You want to go check it? It's in my room over here. I was looking. Whose sign was that? Just the first dude she sees? Oh, that was totally my sign.
I remember one time some guy, he took your shirt, to a WWE event, and then you posted him. So I was like, let me put her name, on the sign, and then let me pop it, and then, you can see it like 3 times. I'm gonna do another sign. It's just a price. So.
Oh my God. I don't know what he's gonna say, so I'm a little nervous.
Damn. See, she's nervous. She's totally going to bang him. I bet she turned that into content. That is crazy. So, WWE fans, they're getting a little crazy here and there. And there's a lot of crazy-ass stalker activity that's been going down. Maybe we'll circle back to that. Or no, let's just get into it right now, because fuck it, why not? So Jordan Grace responds to this guy who, so you will be charged for an extra can if the lid doesn't close. And so this guy goes, now wrestlers are wondering how fans find out where they live with the houses in the background, which, yeah, like even Tom Green, I was watching old episodes of Attack of the Show, and Tom Green was on like episode 1 or 2. And Tom Green, way back in the day, Canadian fucking comedian and whatever, content creator, like one of the OG content creators, he had like his own website where he vlogged shit. He had his own like talk show where, you know, he just paid for his own bandwidth and all this shit. And he was a prankster and all that. And on Attack of the Show, he said it too, even all the way back then, like what, 20 years ago or whatever. He's like, dude, or he was just like, yeah, I don't film like the outside of the house and things like that. You know, he's like, we mostly film inside. Careful what we film on the outside of the house and stuff. Like he knew even back then. So yes, like wrestlers and shit, you gotta be like, don't be filming your neighborhoods and shit. And it's not like you should, yes, you should be able to in a perfect world, but you can't. Okay? But this guy, Don't Add Me, goes, now wrestlers are wondering how fans find out where they live with the houses in the background. And then Jordan Grace goes, come to my house if you want. I have 7 dogs and a gun. God damn. And then Jordan goes, anyone in the public eye should have some type of security. There are too many people with evil intentions, and it's virtually impossible to scrub your address from the internet. And also, like, when you're out in Paris, you're en Paris, and, like, Rhea Ripley is, like, you know, getting a fucking gelato, you know, and then she's walking back to her car, then 100 grown adult men swarm her and hug her and are taking, like, that shouldn't be the case. And I'm not saying WWE needs to give, like, all their superstars armed security 24/7, but she should be mindful of it. But also, when they're on these like global excursions or whatever, yes, they should all have, there should be security around the hotels and shit, so CM Punk isn't slapping fucking people who are filming his wife and shit like that, you know, like that. And Rhea Ripley isn't getting run-dupped on and all this shit. So Deonna Purrazzo jumps in and goes, last August, a man drove 2 hours, and we covered this on PWT Live, but just to reiterate this, because Deonna Purrazzo kind of got mixed up in a situation where she put this dude on blast when really he wasn't being that creepy of a crazy guy. It was actually just a misunderstanding, sort of, right? So Deonna Purrazzo goes, last August, a man drove 2 hours from CT to meet me at WrestleCon thinking we were in a relationship. I had to let him down gently that he had been catfished. The next day, he drove back to CT to watch me wrestle at a local show. I called the Orlando police to file a report when I got home because I wanted it documented. This man already traveled across state lines twice to see me. But now she kind of fucked up because that's not what happened, right? And this, like, it is crazy. It's fucked that a guy's dumb enough to get catfished by a wrestler and then drive 2 hours thinking a wrestler really, like, I remember watching an episode of Catfished where this guy was convinced, even after he met the real girl, who was actually, especially for that dude, a good looking girl who was like in love with him. And she was pretending to be Katy Perry. And the dude didn't even believe it, even after the Catfish Bros introduced him to the girl that was catfishing them. Okay? And he was still like, no, I'm in a relationship with Katy Perry. And that man was Justin Trudeau, who quit. He went as far as quitting his prime minister job in Parliament there, buddy. No. But he is a piece of shit. But what happened was, here, this guy drove from CT to WrestleCon. Then he drove back to CT where he's from. So crossing state lines twice, well, he had to do that regardless. He had to go home. Purrazzo not coming, me have to go home. And then you were performing in CT where he was. And so he pulled up to a fucking show that, who knows, did he already have tickets to it? Who fucking knows? Like that, it's not like, imagine how he feels and then he was cool about it, and then you're putting him on blast, embarrassing him like this, a little shitty. Because the way you're framing it is like he crossed state lines twice to see me. No, you said he came from CT. So that means he had to cross state lines again regardless. But I get it for a female. She's like, holy fuck, this is terrifying. And, you know, at the same time, though, you got to think this through a bit. They told me since the incident didn't happen in Florida, they couldn't file a report. This is why I train with firearms. This is why I carry pepper spray. This is why I have an alarm on my keychain. Yeah, and fuck yeah. I mean, for women, you should. Like, I'm not against that. Train firearms, carry pepper spray if you're a woman, and keep an alarm on your keychain. I'm not disagreeing with any of that. But she did kind of put homeboy on blast. That tweet right there would make him go, well, then fuck this bitch or something, you know? That's what'll make him go crazy, kind of embarrassing him like that after whatever. So she had to respond because people were calling this out, and she goes, I never called this man a stalker. He was catfished, which is incredibly sad. However, if you can't understand why him driving home after realizing he'd been catfished and then still showing up to my small independent show the next day made me uncomfortable, I don't know what to tell you. Sure, but he just went to a fucking wrestling show. And you're not even saying, you're like, no, he's not a stalker. But so he was at his local indie fed that you were on, and he's a fan of you. So much so he thought he was in love with you and shit. He probably had tickets. He probably went to this fucking show, like, and he's like, well, I'm still going to go to the show. Okay, that's unfortunate that I got catfished. It's embarrassing. God, I'm so glad I didn't tell anybody about this because I needed to make sure it happened. Like, who knows? I'm inserting whatever, but maybe he was cool about it, like whatever. You just put him on blast. And we do understand how it would make you uncomfortable, which is fair enough, but like, you got to understand how that might make him fucking go full-blown redact insane guy. So she goes, this was someone who believed my real marriage was a PR stunt, believed we were texting, sending photos on an encrypted app, and had planned a vacation for us. And there you go. Like, that's true. If he's gullible enough to believe all that shit, then that's already someone who's mentally weak. But again, you're like pointing out to the world how he's so mentally weak. Oh, man. I had no way of knowing how he would react. Was he embarrassed, angry? What else could he be capable of? Well, if he wasn't embarrassed and angry, he probably is now. So, yes, still coming to the show was alarming and had me concerned for my safety. And truthfully, I shouldn't need to explain why I felt the way I did. Well, nobody asked you to. You don't need to. You inserted it yourself by quote tweeting to Jordan Grace and respond. I'm a big Deonna Purrazzo fan, but let's get real here. Like, you just inserted yourself, told your own story. And then now you do need to do it, or you don't have to do anything. It's your social media, but you felt the need to. So now you don't feel the need to explain any further when people question what you felt the need to insert yourself in. Kind of crazy. The internet loves to act like women want to be victims when in reality we just want to feel safe. Okay, but you quote tweeted and offered up without anybody asking your victim story. So pardon me. Pardon other people for going like, okay, you just, I don't know. I think Purrazzo just should have kept that to herself. And if like a third thing happened where she's like, okay, third strikes, you're out, you're fucking out. Like he's showing up again. And then you gotta then maybe say some shit. But she flat out was like, I never said he was a stalker. So you just felt uneasy about him, but there's no like, you didn't get stalker vibes. It was just a catfish scenario that unfortunately you were used. And he was reasonable enough to go, oh fuck, like that's fucked up. Unreasonable enough to believe though that she would fucking have her husband for a PR stunt and all of this stuff. But other wrestlers jump in and share stories. So Shayna Baszler says, unfortunately common story incoming. I had several people get catfished into thinking they are in a relationship with me. They never listen when you try to tell them the truth, and going to police does nothing. Document everything and get some sort of security self-defense. So there you go. Shayna Baszler sort of rebutting your boy Phil and going, well, look, this has happened a bunch. You're not always safe, and the police don't do shit about it, right? So, And she says they never listen when you try to tell them the truth. Which I don't know if you can throw absolutes on that shit, but here's the thing. I've seen the show Catfish, and most of the people believe it when you tell them the truth. It's the unhinged. There's like the rare occasion where there's an unhinged, wacky person that refuses to believe it. From my experience watching Catfished, the TV show on MTV. So maybe Shayna Baszler has an entirely different, unfortunate set of circumstances. So Mia Yim goes, but you said yes to marriage. Steph DeLander goes, what the fuck? I thought that what we had was real. So Maria Kanellis Bennett goes, I had one send the police to my house saying my husband was abusing me. He had been sending someone money that was pretending to be me. Luckily, when I called the police to tell them about the catfishing, they called him and told him it wasn't me. It ended the behavior, but it was scary. Yeah, that is fucking crazy. That is mentally fucking disturbed. Absolutely. CM for 2, sweet, says WWE has stalker. AEW are the stalkers. Well, what do you mean? Here's the thing. There has been a couple crazy, like a couple pedo catcher videos where a guy's wearing an AEW sweater in one of them. There was a pedo catcher video where a guy was watching Dynamite on the body cam footage or whatever. There was the guy who was like chaining up old people in his basement. Like, those are crazy next level. But I would say, and this is because, again, WWE is just far more famous. People are actually superstars and shit. There's way more like WWE stalkers at the PC, stalkers like fucking showing up at homes and for the divas especially. You don't hear of people of like, Punk deals with crazy people, but it's just paparazzi in his face and shit, and he's kind of a crazy person, just slapping motherfuckers' phones and stuff. You don't hear of like people going to Drew McIntyre's house and whatnot. They're going to fucking like the divas, the female wrestlers' his homes and stalking them out and going crazy. And of course, if you're a hot chick on the internet, there's going to be mass amounts of crazies following you, creating these weird parasocial situations with you. There's going to be a lot of pilled up people who have access to the internet, who are allowed to stalk you out, right? When you have a billion simps giving you money and shit too. That's crazy, So, because they're after something like their whole fantasy is, I want to fuck you, pretty much. And if you're a female wrestler, you have a bunch of those wackos. You all are posting thirst traps. You all know why those cheeks are cheeking in those outfits you're wearing these days. You all know why you do it. Now, it doesn't mean you can't be victimized. Like, I'm with women. Like, learn how to use a gun, fucking self-defense. Like, take it, like 100%. Like, you can't. It's fucked up that there's crazy-ass motherfucking stalkers out there, And when you're in the public eye, it's fucking tough. And especially if you're like a hot chick posting shit online and thirst trapping, you're doing that. So you're fucking opening that door. I would never want to look in like, how these social media apps, like from YouTube to X to Instagram to everything, they'll hold messages and comments and shit, and you just never go in that folder because it's just psychotic mental people that's either a bot or has been flagged as like, someone saying crazy shit. I would never want to look in that DM folder of like any WWE women's wrestler or diva or AEW wrestler. It would be a fucking nightmare. So we move along here. And, some of these WWE fans go off on the men too. And so here's somebody just trashing Cody Rhodes that goes, his test subject for a black culture joke was his coon wife. Yikes, man. And I apologize. I don't know what to say. I just said it, okay? It's her saying it, not me. Sorry. Sorry, yes, I muted myself there. Twice, back to back. So again, just they're going like, you can't say shit about them if they're gay, essentially. And it's like, you're literally saying shit about them right now. This weird fucking mentality plagued everybody where it's like, well, you're not even allowed to make jokes anymore and shit, or like criticize anything. It's like, no, you're allowed to. Like, what happened? Are you in fucking Twitter jail for you're literally saying shit about them? So this person's just super against gay people here, which is fine if that's your fucking belief. I mean, I guess, but also racist here. No, it's not fine. It's just like hateful fucking people. Look, again, we call it out all the time. The Liv stands, that's Liv Morgan, I believe, in the fucking pic there, the profile pic. Out of WWE fans, the most toxic fans are the Liv and Rhea fans, unfortunately. So this person goes, why did it take finding out Chelsea Green was MAGA for N-words to admit she was trash? So this is the same person just pointing out, like, this guy's just mad you're gay, or here's a racial epithet hurled your way, or you're MAGA if you don't like and think the way I think. That's what type of person this is. And then, of course, we're talking about this because people went after Chelsea Green again for being MAGA, quote unquote, because she went to the White House. And it's just the mental illness. Like, you're never going to agree with people 100% of the time. You're never going to agree politically with people 100% of the time. It's never going to fucking happen. Chelsea Green is allowed to be proud of being a dual citizen. She's allowed to be proud of America or proud of Canada, regardless. I guarantee you she doesn't agree with everything our prime minister does either up here in Canada there, buddy. But would it not be an honor to go to Parliament or the White House or whatever the fuck? People are so caught up. I'm so caught up, baby. They're just caught up in like the now. They don't remember, like, dude, there's been a bunch of presidents and a bunch of history that goes along with like America even existing for you to have a voice to say some shit like this. So it's she doesn't have to agree with everything. She can be like, I don't even like Donald Trump or whatever, and it can still be an honor to go to the White House and shit, guys. Like, what the fuck are we doing? People have just lost the plot. And it's mostly just crazy hate-filled motherfuckers like that who just, you know, hate any and everything and just fucking throw labels at you for any and every reason, right? And a lot of people, you know, that's the opposite of the like, you're forget about it. What are you, gay? You know, you MAGA gaylord or whatever. Like, that's just what it's like. Okay, fucking, you know, oh, Cody Rhodes' wife is black. Like, just the bottom of the barrel type shit. And that's on the opposite spectrum of the virtue signaler white knight cucks who do shit like this. So Brock Lesnar returned, and this video resurfaced here like a month ago. And this is an account, Thank You Lesnar, that says, take me back to SummerSlam when Brock Lesnar returned, and this retard thought he was going to get his dick sucked by this girl. Look at his initial reaction to when Lesnar's music hit. Lesnar ended cancel culture. Cancel culture, man.
That is John Cena.
So look at this dude. He has a
Brock
crybaby
Lesnar.
meltdown.
No, you're kidding me.
You have to be fucking kidding me, bro. That's disgusting.
Okay, Hassan Piker or whatever that guy.
You're fucking kidding me.
Are you fucking
That
kidding
is
me?
disgusting.
Am I mute again? There's no way I'm mute again.
That's crazy, WWE.
I'm gonna throw up.
I'm going to throw up. Oh my God, I'm going to throw up.
That's so fucking
That is John Cena.
That's pretty funny. He's just like, oh my God, I'm fucking disgusted. But they're just sitting there watching it. Then shut it off. I'm repulsed. No, you're not, or you would have just turned it off. God damn it. So we move along here. And in other just creepy, weirdo WWE fan shit, Michelle McCool exposes fake account pretending to be her daughter. Don't post your kids online, guys, okay? Don't do it. That's fucking super crazy and gross. Let's see here. Let's see. So AJ Francis posts, I would like to point to you the joke that is Twitter reporting. So this guy here, Lloyd Trotter, goes, try me if you want, you fat bitch, to AJ Francis. I'll put a bullet in your head. Don't fuck with me, bitch. I'll find your ass and put you 6 feet down in Minecraft. This is in GTA. Your one and only warning. So this guy's just threatening to murder AJ Francis. He reports it. And then X goes, thanks for reporting. Our support team is determined that a violation of our rules did not take place specifically, violating our rules against hateful conduct and abuse and harassment. What can you do? If you see a potential violation of X rules in the future, please submit a report. Thanks, X support. Holy shit, that's not in violation of any rules, saying shit like that? Pretty fucking crazy. We move along, and Ash by Elegance calls out fans for harassing her at airports and hotels. And I saw some people trying to filter. They're like, nobody's harassing you. Nobody knows who you are. I don't mean to laugh, but yeah, I mean, she's calling out the sickos too, or the wackos, I guess. These are wackos. So indie wrestler Real Casey Lennox, who just, I think it's her. She just kind of looks like Mercedes Moné, like Timu Monet in a way. No offense. But this person, and there's a phone number on there. So we're going to scroll back. We're going to just scroll down a little bit. And this person goes, Megan, I want to slowly remove your underwear, to just take a few minutes to just look at your sweet ass and fat pussy and observe everything you have under your clothes. I want to take the time to appreciate it before I make love to your beautiful body. I want to kiss your pussy, then spread it and taste the inside of it while simultaneously massaging your tight booty hole. I'm saying a lot of cusses here today. I want to watch it start to leak cream from... Whoa, buddy. I want it so wet that by the time my enlarged manhood begins to penetrate it, you'll already be hugging me and whispering to me that you love me. I want you. Holy fucking
Put me out of my
shit.
misery.
Oh my God. Sorry if there's any, I hope there's no children listening to PWT. I've made that very clear since the beginning of time. Holy shit, dude. That's fucking crazy. So, Triple Hausen. I should have checked that. Maybe that one didn't need to be in the Sicko folder. So Triple Hausen, here's another WWE fan, okay, who got triggered by Jim Ross saying that there's not a single white hot star right now, King. And here's how this guy interpreted this. And Triple Hausen says, imagine being so proud of being so stupid that you want the world to know it. So take a listen to this guy. And this poor guy just completely doesn't know what white hot means. And he thought Jim Ross meant like an actual white guy. And he's like, you're always bringing race into wrestling. So I guess perhaps this guy @official_Eli140 has brought race into the wrestling conversation multiple times where it wasn't warranted and people call him out for it, I'm assuming, by him doing this quote. and then go and look at Jim Ross, who brought race into wrestling, but really just didn't understand at all what he was saying. It's a poor guy right here.
Every time a black person brings up a black wrestler getting treated wrong in the wrestling world, y'all always quick to tell us it's not about race. But here we have Jim Ross, someone who a lot of us looked up to as one of the greatest commentators to ever do it, is currently being racist on his podcast.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Eli, no!
JR believes that WWE does not have a single white hot star right now.
Oh no! No, Eli.
Company when addressing the low ticket sales for SummerSlam. So because WWE doesn't have a
Now, if there was a comma, okay, maybe that's what Jim Ross said. But it means a white hot star, King. So white hot, white heat, white hot is like the hottest of hot.
white meat star that's popping right now, it's because the ticket sales low? Is it not because it's a fucking horrible booking? Is it not because of that? Is it not because they're doing the same repetitive shit for the last few months? Is it not because of that? Nah, it's not. It's because we don't have no white stars that's freaking popping right now. What type?
Oh no, Jim's literally agreeing with him. Like, not with the white people part, but he's like, is it not because the ticket sales are low or the fucking the stories stink and blah, blah, blah? And it's like, no, dude, it's not because of any of that. Well, no, it would be more about that shit. It's not about the racial stuff. So funny.
What bullshit is this, bro? I'm sorry. They tried to build Braun Breaker as this next main event star who has the potential to do it. But
Thomas More has been a member for 11 months, 1 month away from 1 year. Shout you out for your support.
Acknowledge me.
being that he was part of the Vision with Seth Rollins, who would go on to fake an injury just to get injured, and then it kicked Seth Rollins out of the group, had this group right here with these four, just for Bronson Reed to get injured, and then not too long after, a couple months later, we got to see Logan Paul get injured. Why? All because of Seth Rollins. Hey, man, Braun Breaker eventually will become a world champion in the future. Right now, he needs a lot more experience and build up to finally get that.
So what? What was the point he even made with the Vision? All because of Seth Rollins. What does that have to do with anything? The fuck?
Main event title on his waist. But seeing JR say shit like this is crazy. Seeing JR say something like this is crazy. But at least he knows that the black wrestlers in WWE are doing their thing. Obafemi feuding with Brock, King of the Ring, next world champion after Roman. Trick Williams, United States champion, doing his thing on SmackDown, being pretty entertaining, messing with it. We even got to see him compete at WrestleMania. Devon Evans doing his thing, making a name for himself on Monday Night Raw. It's cool to see him on the main roster doing his thing because he deserves to be there. Carmelo Hayes, former United States champion, doing his thing.
Yeah, all the guys he's listing rule, but it goes like against what he's saying. Oba's about to be the top motherfucking guy in the business. He's white hot right now.
Too. It's amazing.
No, that's black hot. So what does this
But
guy
before
say?
you ever come back in my comment section telling me that race doesn't have nothing to do with wrestling, make sure you remember what JR said. The ticket sales is low at SummerSlam because there's no white talent getting pushed. The fuck out my face.
Yeah, that sucks. I wonder if he deleted that. Someone check on him and make sure. Let's see if he's smart enough to just delete and go, yeah, that was dumb. I misread that. Or if he's one of these dudes that like makes another video and then goes, yeah, I interpreted it wrong, but all you guys are coming after me because blah, blah. You know, there's these TikTokers who will do that shit all the time. Yeah, I know I was wrong, but like, you know what? It doesn't matter because it just proves my point further. You all fucking hate me because you are racist. Black Saw Johnny Hex 310 has been a member for 3 months and goes, no to everyone. Don't get Spectrum Home Internet. They're the worst company ever. Okay. There you go. Thank you for your membership and thank you for that. Thomas Moore for 2 says, this is a wild show, bro. It's wild as fuck. I told you it's the Sicko segment. We're going to laugh. We're going to cry. I'm going to say shit that people might get triggered by. So stay locked in. It's the best pro wrestling show on the internet. Thank you so much for your support. And I acknowledge you both. Thank you.
Acknowledge me.
Fuck it. We got to talk about it, man. Other shows ain't talking about this shit. So we move along here. It's gotten ridiculous. So Zachary Wentz calls out fans for sending mail to his and Priscilla Kelly's personal address. So stop fucking doing that. They have a P.O. box for a reason, I'm sure. Roxanne Perez, who got stalked out once already, And this stalker guy, she was like, nah, I ain't worried about it. And WWE gave security. And this guy said he was going to her house. And she's like, I wasn't home anyways, so it'll be all good. Don't worry. And then apparently that kind of got figured out and subsided. But recently, this was fucking like a week ago, creepy Roxanne Perez fan suspended after threatening to show up at her home. So again, here's another instance. Maybe this was the same guy. I'm not sure, but the user identified as, I'm not even going to say their name, we'll just say James, spent days posting bizarre messages claiming Perez was secretly in love with him, insisting she'd eventually leave boyfriend Drake Moreau, and even claiming he knew where she lived. By the time screenshots of his posts started spreading, fans weren't laughing. They were urging people to report the account before something worse happened. Yeah, but hopefully you guys archived it first, because if the account just gets pulled, then, you know, the more that dumb fuck writes and stooges, the better. Stevenson, okay, I'll just say, tried to convince people his fantasy was real by posting a photo of himself with Perez from what appeared to be a fan meet and greet. And he goes, here's proof that I met Roxanne, and she does love me and plan to leave Drake for me. I have her address, so if she doesn't respond, I'm going there. I need Drake to beat her so she realizes we're supposed to be together. Liv shouldn't be touching Roxanne like that. She is mine. And then his, now this guy, like the image of him, I mean, he looks like not only is there perhaps a mental issue, but he, like he's pilled up, man. You can see it in the eyes when people are like all shark brained and shit, from pills, you know? And his bio is, I love my future wife, Roxanne. And he just posts her a bunch saying, my love, Liv shouldn't be touching Roxanne like that. She is mine. She shouldn't be with me instead of him. Or she should be with me instead of him. So, I mean, hopefully she gets this figured out too. And there's just like a worldwide ban on him showing up to like meet and greets and stuff. I don't know what to tell you. The dude looks pretty kooked. Trey Miguel issues a serious warning to fans saying someone's pretending to be him. So let's take a look.
So I have evidence that someone is pretending to be me and texting people very unhinged things. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not texting anyone. I've talked to 2 people via text on my phone tonight. And that's Zachary and one other person who I'm not going to name because that's no one's business. But if you are receiving text messages from someone saying that they're me, it is not me. I've had 2 conversations all night. I'm not sending someone some gross DMs or unhinged messages, and I literally don't understand it. If someone messages you saying that they're me, they are a liar. And if you believe you're talking to me, you're not talking to me. I have a Dayton, Ohio number. So and I'm not going to put my number out here for the world, but you're not talking to me. So
so who knows who's texting him? Like other wrestlers, other fucking fans. I don't know, man, but it's just kooky shit. Elena Black buries pathetic wrestler for shaming her OnlyFans success. So we take a look here. This is courtesy of Ringside News as well. But she, in a now deleted tweet, a self-proclaimed pro wrestler took to Twitter and attempted to shame her success on OnlyFans. And this person says, who I don't even know who it is, but it says, I'm listening to Elena Black talk about sacrificing on the indie scene, LOL. She means OnlyFans. Haha, but hey, you've got to make that money. So Elena Black says, so you call yourself a pro wrestler, yet comment this to other workers you clearly know nothing about. You must be one hell of a girl, Dad. Sad and pathetic. Go back to school, please. You need it. Hashtag be better. So, yeah, I don't know who this wrestler is, because their handle is just like a bunch of symbols and shit. Never heard of him. Great guy. Never met him, B. But, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, a lot of ladies take to OF to get the bag. It's a fucking cheat code. It really is. And it's got a lot of dudes angry about it. And I think the dudes who are most angry about that shit are mostly dudes who probably pay for OF content, you know? That's just the way I view it. They're probably at the Free Tate rallies. Just kidding. There's none of those. So in other wacky fan news here, Brett Lauderdale gives a glimpse into his fucking inbox, because we're just doing indie WWE fan, wacky TNA fans and shit. But this guy, Hayabusa Shinzaki, wrote this to Brett Lauderdale. And he goes, "Hey, you total fucking idiot. Do you sit up at night crying about the fact you had access to the AEW World Champion and you put them in a gay piss match?" I'm assuming. P with 3 stars. PISS, right? A gay piss match? It's gay. See how they all go, "You're fucking gay if you don't like AEW, man." It's like, all right. I thought you guys were the inclusive company. What the fuck are we doing? With the most obvious pedophile with no talent ever. How do you like that guy? Nobody does on the internet. That guy has no fans. The gay community is far too small to support you, and doing work shit ain't going to make you money. We don't want to see Joey Nutella. We don't want to see... So Joey Nutella, like, so a Cornette fan who's also very anti-gay, but Jim's very pro-gay. See, you don't agree with everyone on everything, guys. Proof right here. We don't want to see Effie. We don't want to see the body. We don't want to see Mr. California. I'm sure you're about to have the main event in a 4-way. You will never get access to good talent again because you look like shit anywhere on Stop Doing Drugs. You look like shit anywhere on Stop Doing Drugs. So this is just someone unhinged, furiously typing. Have fun ruining the same man's retirement and possibly killing him, you piece of shit. If you fuck over new Hayabusa or book him against Effie, you are retarded. You could be booking Schlack versus Hayabusa. Ooh! He's practically the Mike Awesome but better of today. Nah, you'll do some forget about artard shit. So this guy's name is Hayabusa Shinzaki. This is Hayabusa. No, I'm joking. If you book me against... right? Hayabusa Shinzaki's like, if you fuck over new Hayabusa. Lauderdale's like, Hayabusa, you're texting me from your account. Totally joking. I don't know who the new Hayabusa is. Nobody does. That's crazy. That's like super indie sicko style shit, you know? And speaking of which, you get a fan here with a sign. Danielle Lee tweets and says, one of my highlights of 26 is meeting. Now, this isn't even like Mara Sade's down with this, down with the sickness. But this lady here makes a sign that says, sit on my face, Sade. And again, there's famously the woman who held up the sign, fuck Finn, fuck my face or whatever, for Finn Balor. And it's like, it's flattering, but if a dude showed up with a sign like, sit on my face, Bailey or something, they would get their ass beat. That shit would be thrown out. Okay? So, sexist. No, but like, it's a fucking clear double standard. She wouldn't think this was funny if that dude, if one of these dudes we've been talking about here tonight fucking showed up with a sign, Mara Sade, sit on my face. She wouldn't think it's that funny, you know? But she says the girls, guys, and the gays love them a go-getter. So there you go. But definitely a double standard in the sicko sphere. And so when you got someone who's pilled up or mentally ill, like, they're going to think they can do some shit like that. And again, I don't know if women are showing up. Like, are women showing up to Roman Reigns' house and shit? Or is this just happening to Roxanne Perez and whatnot? I think it's happening more to the ladies, right? But speaking of unhinged male WWE fans, if you will, this guy just discovered, his name's Carlos Gil, and he just discovered that wrestling is not real. It's still real to me, damn it.
Not fake!
And this guy goes, WWE is so rigged and scripted. Only in WWE can Kevin Owens miss 2 years, come back for 1 match, and suddenly he's the #1 contender for the world championship. Bro skipped the entire line and went straight to the front like none of the other wrestlers exist. And y'all expect me to believe this is fair? So that's just an epic wrestling's still real to me, damn it moment right there. He got worked big time. Rhea Ripley, though, revealed during a live stream, she's sitting there with Buddy Matthews, that someone found her personal phone number and texted her after they couldn't get tickets to SmackDown. She also spoke about fans crossing the line by showing up at her home, saying there's no privacy anywhere. And that's crazy to get her number and be like, hey, I couldn't get tickets to SmackDown. Can you hook a brother up? Help a brother out?
It is nice though. Like obviously people have fans. Like I have fans, you have fans, Matt have fans. It's just like sometimes people like take it. It's like scary. Sometimes I get scared.
Yeah.
Do you ever get scared?
All the time. Especially when people rock up to my fucking house.
Yeah.
And text me on my actual mobile phone.
How do they find that? I'm going to say that actually.
I won't say how, but someone found my phone number and they texted me the other day, wanting me to see them because they couldn't buy tickets to SmackDown.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I'm sure you really like getting that text message. Do you reckon in their head they go, "Oh, I'm going to text her," and then she's going to be like, "Oh my god, thanks for reaching out. Like, yeah, let me get you the tickets." Yeah.
It baffles me. It really does.
It's pretty crazy.
Like, there's no privacy anywhere.
Yeah.
We actually need to check yours to see if you're safe.
We need to bring back mental asylums in the United States. Yeah, there is no privacy. And a lot of people go, well, you're a celebrity. You asked for this. Like, this is what, and you know, and lock all these people up. God damn it. People go, you know, you're a celebrity. That's what you wanted and shit. And that's true to a degree. Now, back in the day, you know, fans would maybe wait outside of a fucking, like, you know, where a celebrity was going to turn up or whatever. And no celebrities have aura anymore because everybody's so instantly, immediately accessible, right? Like even Tom Cruise, I mean, he doesn't operate his Instagram page and shit, thank God. He's got aura, but even he's more accessible because of social media. It's made everybody way more accessible. So celebrities, there's no real celebrities anymore like they were back in the day. Like old Hollywood, see, you're going to be in the pictures. You're going to be a star. They're going to love you. Kiss your old hometown goodbye. Right? You're going to the big city and the bright lights, say. It used to go down like that. But now, like, everybody's so accessible. You get their real thoughts. And then with the wrestler, it's extra weird because, like, you're half kayfabe on your social media, half for realsies on your socials and whatnot. But a lot of people say, like, this is what you asked for. And that's true. But it isn't, in the sense that being a celebrity now isn't the fucking same. Now, John Lennon got runned up on and got shot. Can happen to anybody, you know? Like, the thing is, though, is that the internet warped people's minds socially to where I can jump on a microphone and talk to hundreds of fucking people just on a whim. And, you know, we have similar interests and we're all hanging out just chatting shit. You never would be able to do that. Like an instant, here's 100 different fucking ideas all in one pot right now in chat. You would never be able to do that before. And like, same with posting, like, what your outfit of the day is, what you wear at the pool, where you went for lunch, what you ate for lunch. I'm at a birthday party. Like, it's just everything so instantly accessible to where I don't think celebrities asked for this. And it's not that like celebrities wouldn't ever be scrutinized. They have been. Of course, they put themselves in the limelight. But let's say like a tabloid would write an article, and then you have these think pieces, and then maybe fans would say some shit, whatever. But it's not everybody writing shit immediately, instantly, 1 second after something happens. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody's criticizing you. It's really changed the way. And then like the ability to, like back in the day, if you wanted to find where a celebrity was staying at a hotel, it was fucking cute and it wasn't as frowned upon. Like Steve-O, the jackass guy, tells stories of, I was calling up hotels, man, trying to get Nikki Sixx's number or whatever the fuck, figuring out what room he was in, you know, and you'd have groupies that would do that. So it wasn't so fucking crazy because right when they found out that information, they couldn't hop into a fucking brain dead Discord server, leak the info, and then 10 million people have it. Then people are tweeting it out, and some pill-headed freak is following you on Twitter and following you around. Like, it wasn't that way in the past in old Hollywood, see? So it really was different. And I do feel bad for people who are in the spotlight who, like, they do want that element of it, but they also, you know, it's not like Rhea Ripley goes out there and espouses her fucking political beliefs and shit. And you know, celebrities back in the day, a lot of them just didn't even partake in that because they knew it was divisive, and I'm trying to reach the masses and shit. But it's fucked up a bunch of celebrities even like making their ideas and everything they think and believe, or maybe are getting paid to think and believe, that's just instantly accessible. And what they had for lunches and their outfit before they pull up to the red carpet, you already know what they're wearing and all of this shit, man. And then the ability to fucking go into a felted, dented fucking Discord and like drop what hotel all the wrestlers are at. You can just figure it out because it's on the internet in 2 seconds. That never used to be the case. You know? Before it was like, oh, I'm phoning the hotel to see if people are there. You know, fucking a band might go, damn, this kid's showing initiative. Sure, come on the road with us and write about what we're doing. Or whatever the fuck. Nowadays, it's like, no, it's stalker crazy. Every day on the internet, there's threats of fucking violence and all of these sorts of things. Like, look at what AJ Francis, what that guy was saying to him. Like, it's every day you're dealing with shit like that. It's just a way different landscape to where you almost can't blame celebrities for being like, no, when I'm not on TV, leave me the fuck alone. Whereas back in the day, celebrities were so happy, like, wow, look at these crowds of people freaking out, melting down, fainting, and screaming for the Beatles and their great record, right? You almost don't want that now because it's fucking mental and I'm accessible on the internet already, so leave me alone physically. I don't blame, it's like a weird dynamic now that just wasn't the same in the past. So Tessa Blanchard posts this. Please, please, please stop calling, FaceTiming, and texting continuously if I did not give you my number or you don't know me personally. And etiquette is to always ask the person before you share their phone number. I hate to even, and this could be wrestlers hitting her up here. We don't fucking know. I hate to even have to say this. Receiving 27 calls, 13 FaceTimes, and 12 text messages within an hour goes beyond fandom. It's super inappropriate. So that is fandom, right? And then whoever passed the number along, so she may have given her number to a fucking fan or something, or to somebody she did trust, who then marks out, gives it to someone else. Before you know it, you got fucking 80 sickos and wackos calling your phone. Rabid Wolverine Elsie Killer 17 for 2 sweet says, I believe since 2020 nobody is normal. Yeah, I mean, since 2020 as well. Like, that was where they tested the world. Like, okay, like the world went full artard in 2020, dude. Absolutely. Like it just went fully mental, where they made a push in media and everything to just completely go, how far can we fucking... It's the Joe Rogan joke from back in the day where he's like, there's somebody sitting there in office go, I think we can go dumber. You know? And it was just a time where, like, you notice the quality of movies and shit fell off too. And they were like, no, you're just going to like own nothing, man. Like everything's just digital now. So get used to it. And now we see like, you know, if gaming companies could have got away with getting rid of the physical media and all that shit before, they would have done it. You know, just people clued in. Thank God enough people were like, all right, we need to fucking, we're getting too crazy with shit right now. We need to sort of start to heal as a society, which I think we're doing, but not when it comes to the more people there are, the more crazy people there is going to be. The more pills that people are on, the more crazy people are going to be. And the more accessible celebrities are, the more accessible they are to crazy people, which means crazy people are going to stalk them out. So I just think this is also just societal in that the way the world evolved naturally with the internet and shit. point blank. And you don't know if it's like, who's hitting up Tessa? It could be a fucking scammer from like a scam center in India or some shit, pretending to be a fan, trying to get it, like trying to send her a phishing link too. Like, you don't fucking know the depth. Is it a bot? Is it a real person? Is it a fucking lunatic? Is it someone playing a prank? You know? The art of the prank phone call gone. Doesn't even exist anymore. It can't in this climate. You know? So we're going deep on this one, guys. So Kayla Braxton calls out creepy WWE fans waiting at airports and hotels, right? And they do it a lot. And there's some people who are like, well, I just want shit signed for my kid. Well, that's unfortunate, bud. You know, pay for a fucking meet and greet. That's why they do those. It's shitty. That's the only way you can really see some of these wrestlers and whatnot. But it's what I just spent 10 minutes explaining previously. So we have some videos, or let's get into some more like major fan stuff here. Caitlyn, who did Caitlyn? Yeah, she was Caitlyn, and her real name, I think, is, or her online name is Celeste or something like that. Whatever, doesn't matter. Caitlyn talks about fans bringing printed out photos of her leaked pics to autograph signings. And she goes, it happened enough for me to know how to react in the situation. It just used to really trigger me because it was such an invasion of my privacy. So that's crazy. Imagine you're such a gooner. You pull up with like her leaked titty pics. Can you sign this, please?
What really sucks is that a couple years ago, and I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was somebody I knew or if it was just somebody who hacked my iCloud, but someone accessed some photos of me from my iCloud that I did not want public and put them on the internet. And it was so devastating because it was such an invasion of privacy, and it just wasn't my decision and it wasn't my choice. And that's not what I wanted for myself. And so I've had times where I've been doing an autograph signing, and someone will bring a printed out photo of one of these leaked photos to me to sign. And it used to trigger me. It hasn't happened a lot, but it's happened enough for me to know how to react in the situation. Like, it just used to really trigger me because it was such an invasion of my privacy. And it was
fucking gooners, bro. There's way too many wrestling gooners too. I guess that's what apartment wrestling is for. No? So, this badass construction worker calls out drunk Ric Flair for a fight. So this guy fell off. His fall off should be fucking studied, right? Badass construction worker fucking still trying to call wrestlers out and whatnot. He got slapped around by Big Vito, who exposes two men that stole his tie at a wrestling event in Ohio. In Skibbity, Ohio. So let's see. Big Vito says these two creeps stole my tie right out of the ring in Ohio. They then ruined it. Don't let them into your shows. And he took pictures of the guys because they took pictures of themselves with the tie. Right? And that's one of the pictures. They look fucking unhinged, as you see. Just two greasers, man. Greasing it up. So, yeah, they stole his tie. Look out, dude. Vito don't fucking play. He's smacked out. He's 1-0 against weirdo fans like badass construction worker, right? Don't make him go 3-0 in a fucking handicap match. Badass construction worker says he was denied entry to a wrestling convention recently after they believed his act was real. But it's not only that. It's you're kicked out now because you've gotten physical with wrestlers, right? So now you're cooked. Everybody knows who you are. They're not going to let you into anywhere, any wrestling conventions anymore. And he just completely fell off. It's shitty for him because he thought he was making a name doing some bullshit like that. And really, he wasn't, dude. All that's going to happen is, like I called what was going to happen. A wrestler's just going to smack you out. And then what? You know? And then you just look like a goof, and that's what happens. So where do I want to go from here? So a juggalo was so triggered over badass construction worker trashing JCW fans that he actually pulled up to an ALW event looking for him. Now, see, this is what happens. He's like, let's real world fight. Okay, people are going to real world fight you. Now, this one's for the juggalos and juggalettes. And this guy's like, fuck you. You keep trashing JCW. I'm coming to fight you. And this is unfortunate because we know the badass construction worker can't fight for shit. Now, hopefully, I don't know if this juggalo can fight. It doesn't matter. The thing is, a lot of people don't realize, especially internet tough guys, what real fighting involves. Like, it could mean death. You know, like a real fight. It's not fucking pro wrestling. It's not boxing or MMA or whatever, where there could be death in all of those too. But like a real life fight, you're going to go real life fight this guy. Unhinged in Minecraft, of course. And here's what this guy had to say. But I'm with this dude. Fuck the badass construction worker, you know? But this guy pulled up to an event. And like, why was the badass construction worker there? Does he regularly attend ALW shows? Are they booking him? We saw the Brock Lesnar guy signing autographs earlier. The fans are becoming marks for themselves.
So I went to ALW event tonight in Melbourne, Florida. Sold out. Thing was, the badass construction worker, he was supposed to be there. He didn't show up. He's a little bitch. I told him.
Sleep it off, bro.
At the last show. Excuse me, after the last show, he made a video fucking hating, talking shit on juggalos, saying the town was whack, JCW fans were whack, the wrestlers are whack, everybody's whack. Well, I told him to show up.
This guy's feeling himself way too much. I told him to show up. He didn't show up. Oh, shit. This guy's feeling himself.
You know, so we could talk this shit to my face, because, you know, he goes and talks all this shit to these wrestlers.
This is the town where the clowns hold it down, mama.
They don't ever fuck him up, and I don't know why, but I'm willing to fuck him up.
No, dude, don't fuck him up. And then what? You're posting threats online and shit. This all just, then it's premeditated. You know, you gotta fucking... Are you in a mutual combat state? You need to look into these things, my guy. Okay. I'm down with the clown, but like, come on, bro. Don't fuck around.
But no, he didn't show up because he's a bitch. So I'm calling you out, you whack ass construction worker.
Let's do it. Jake Paul, book it. Let's see it at the next boxing event on Netflix. Who does like the influencer boxing? Aiden Ross and I think Rampage Jackson was there and shit. Let's line it up. This juggalo in full face paint against the badass construction worker. No submissions allowed because we know the badass construction worker will get choked out.
And I want to see you at the next event, next ALW event. So, like I said before, bring your mouth and your camera. I'll fucking see you there, you fucking hater.
You fucking hater. Let's go, dude. We got Sicko Wacko Wars, dude. Let's fucking go. Holy shit. Holy shit. So, you know, speaking of people showing up places and whatnot, we have some more, just some more wackoness and sickoness. So a WWE fan is going viral, and this was posted earlier today for complaining, Time Cop, for her complaining about her meet and greet with LA Knight, during SummerSlam weekend. And she's talking about how her kids were hungry and tired. Well, bring some snacks, bitch. No, I'm just joking. Let's take a listen.
Mr. LA Knight, come to the floor.
Bring a diaper bag and bring some fucking snacks.
I have a bone to pick with you. Behind very cute picture we took yesterday at the SummerSlam photo ops came the worst.
So she called out LA Knight, and it's like, well, why would it be his fault? Let's reverse this, rewind this, and listen to the start here. She's like, I got a bone to pick with you, in her very screechy, annoying voice. She's like, I got a bone to pick with you. Not like that, but very bad, like a chair with a squeaky wheel. And she's like, I got a bone to pick with you, LA Knight, but why would the bone be with him? It shouldn't it be with WWE or Fanatics or whatever? And also, it's not his fault. He's a mega star. Yeah, and he's so goddamn popular.
Mr. LA Knight, come to the floor. Just come to the floor. I have a bone to pick with you. Behind this very cute picture that we took yesterday at the SummerSlam photo ops came the worst 45 minutes of my life waiting with my kids for this one picture. Literally,
For this one picture. Holy shit. I'm guessing single moms? No, I'm joking. Who could listen to that constantly? I don't know.
my kids were hungry. They were tired. We were at the convention center since 11 in the morning.
So feed your kids.
And we still had to make it tonight to a SummerSlam. So they were on the floor. They were literally in tears because they couldn't believe they had to wait that long for Mr. LA Knight.
So you starved your kids.
I'm not gonna excuse their behavior, but literally behind this picture, I had tears.
Lock her up.
I had angry kids. And yeah, Mr. LA Knight was late 45 minutes.
Oh, he was late 45 minutes. So in 45 minutes, your kids starved to death? This is like hashtag first world problems. You know what I mean? r/first world problems. So you did like they had to wait 45 extra minutes and they all turned into starving Marvins and they were on the ground crying but look happy and fine. And you were melting down because they were melting down and they starved to death for 45 minutes extra than what you anticipated.
Louis was like, Mommy, he didn't LA Knight you. I'm like, Louis, I get it. He was like busy with other people. Like he had to rush too. And he was like, at least he smelled good. But yeah, LA Knight, you smell good. But please be on time next time because we gotta get going here. I couldn't even run to the stadium because I had my medical boot on. So yeah, just a little complaint. But my kids love you.
What the fuck? That is that's just like she wanted to share. She's a huge fan. She wanted to share. Well, he was late, but she didn't want to like bury him. But she wanted to be like, be on time because my kids were hungry because I didn't feed them. Or bring snacks. You're running all around. You got to have snacks and like water and shit, you know? Anytime I go anywhere that I know I'll be gone for like an hour, I have water somewhere close. I'm not joking. Like, you got to fucking be prepared for that shit. That's just me personally. I don't know. So, these dudes snuck into the US Bank Stadium and jumped into the SummerSlam ring. So we had a bunch of dudes who broke into like who snuck into, we'll call it, the old like Titan Towers, and they were fucking around with all the props and shit that were in the building and left behind and the posters and stuff. Here are some dudes who snuck into US Bank Stadium to go get in the ring before SummerSlam. They didn't fucking destroy stuff or steal anything. This is just kind of funny. Like, this is what you do when you're young and dumb. I don't know if filming it is the move, but... So, yeah, they got in the ring. The security didn't see them. They fucking filmed the security. I'm sure she kept her job after all of that. She's got, look at her. She's like looking over all the cameras and shit, but she's looking at this monitor down here. She's like watching the pre-show for SummerSlam. You look down, she's watching Dynamite on this screen down here. Oh, man. That'd be too funny. So here's a guy who hits a dude with a sweet chin music in a street fight, which I have seen work once in an MMA fight. Who knows if this is even real or not, or if this is two bros who just set this up, but let's take a look. Who knows? Is that real or fake, chat? Let me know. Because he looks like he does a thigh slap, too. But like this guy is stumbling back from being shoved. I think those boys set that shit up. I think they're just horsing around, putting on a show for everybody at the Bear. So, speaking of putting on a show, a fan is going viral for approaching CM Punk at his hotel following last night's WWE event in New Mexico, and Punk was just a dick to her. I guess, which is what he does, but...
It's okay, baby, it's okay. Told you never meet your heroes.
That's a hard part. Yeah, I know. I didn't feel like that.
Aww, feel bad for Matthew. I'm like so heartbroken for you.
Like, CM Punk, bro. Fucking.
He is a punk.
Like that, like.
Like I understand, like give him like their space and stuff. But
Why is your... If that was my kid, his mouth would be washed out with soap!
In the same hotel, and he saw Matthew and Anthony like see him, and then he just like
CM, and he like Mad Dog doesn't walk.
don't ever meet your heroes because that could happen. And Matthew, I mean Anthony's heartbroken. What do you feel? How do you feel about CM Punk?
Good still, because we can just like knock on every door and then we can say, no. Look in my eyes.
What? Okay, so shout out these kids. He still felt all good about it. You know, it definitely sucks. CM Punk doesn't like people running up to him in his hotels. Now, Punk is a dick. Like when it's kids, you got to take the time for the kids. When it's like some immigrant dude at the airport who hardly speaks English and they have to get like staff at the airport to call the cops and then the call leaks because Punk smacked him. That's some bullshit. When it's some guy like filming your wife and then he films them for 2 minutes and then your wife and Bailey are like, leave us alone, guy, okay? Like, give us a minute. And then the guy walks up closer thinking it's funny, filming. Yeah, like smack that guy's fucking phone. But when it's like kids or like you're at the airport and people see you at the goddamn airport and it's like some dude who maybe like traveled from another country to see the show or whatever. Like, yeah, dude, stop like walking around like you're tough and shit and smacking people's phones and being dickheads to kids and then crying about your dog. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. But this definitely, listen, if these were like two adults going, don't meet your heroes, man, but it's two little kids, so... And then they ran into him. Clearly, they just ran into him at like a hotel or whatever. Like we're in the same hotel and we just ran into Punk. Like definitely that's when you go quickly. Yeah, man, I'll take a picture quick, you know, and just ignore the adults and focus on the kids if that's what you want to do. So yeah, adults, it's different. If it's fucking kids, then I just take the time, dude. You know, you break a kid's heart. That's a fan for life right there. You know, and speaking of a fan for life, a fan since back in the 40s, seemingly, here is an old woman in the crowd at a WWE show giving the Nazi salute during Gunther's entrance at Saturday night's main event in MSG, dude. Look at this old broad. Holy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like in New York, too, that's crazy. There's a large Jewish population there. This lady's dad was in the Third Reich or some shit. Like, holy fuck. Oh my God, dude. And she has the biggest smile on her face. Just zero fucks given. And look, her husband sitting next to her is like, oh my God, Cheryl, sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down, Cheryl, please. You're embarrassed. Not this shit again, Cheryl. Oh my God. Holy shit. That's crazy. That is nuts, man. And to think like... think in 2026, she sees Gunther and just thinks it's hilarious, right? Speaking of people who are just yelling and doing uncalled for racialist shit, CM Smiley posts hearing a white woman called Matt Cage an N-bomb at a wrestling show, and he read her for filth, and she had to apologize on the mic in front of everyone. Fucking priceless. So here's some racialist shit going down at an indie show. Someone calls a wrestler an N-word. And I want to find my "you are racist" right here.
You are racist.
And these guys made her go in the ring and fucking apologize on the mic. Let's take a look. This just happened recently. And goddamn, I mean, this is the punishment fitting the crime, as far as like, she wants to yell that shit, but then is embarrassed when you're forced to, but then reluctant to go apologize in the ring. And they drag her ass. Let's take a look.
It's some bigotry. If there's one thing that I can't stand in the year of our Lord 2026, is somebody that has the gall to open up their toothless, stank-ass, halitosis breath to say anything to me.
Stank ass halitosis breath. It reminds me of Adventures of Ford Fairlane, where he's like, the one dude is like, "You Sal's pizza garlic breath smelling motherfucker." Oh, I'm over here now with Ford Fairlane. Damn, it's like an old lady too. These old ladies got no chill, dude. What's going on? This guy's just eating popcorn. Look at the merch stand guy. He's the actual meme. This needs to get memed or gift. He's the actual sitting back, eating popcorn, watching the drama unfold meme. Watch him. The concession stand guy. He's locked in. Oh my God.
Uncomfortable, like she just made me uncomfortable. She fixed her lips to be meant to call me a nigga. The reason why I use black excellence is because you don't even know what the fuck excellence is. You can spell excellence. So, I've been called a hard word in that voice.
I like that this dude flipped it into a fucking promo. Because A, it went viral, and B, well, IWC viral, for what that's worth, and B, like, fuck, he just like worked it into his shit, man. That's how you handle that shit. That's what making heat is. You get the, like, think about the fans that are emotionally invested, like, yeah, get her, or like, nah, fuck you, I agree with her, right? I'm sure that old lady throwing up the Gunther fucking salute there at MSG, she's having this lady's back here too, but no, I like that he just like flipped it into like it adds to his wrestling gimmick and character as far as like the black excellence angle and all of that. He's like fucking using his art to say some real shit here, man. I like it. Shout out this dude. I don't know what this group is or what this faction is or what Fed this is, but shout them all out. Oh shit, he's like, I'm gay too, AEW fans. Now what?
Can we say the same? Why don't you stand up without that damn plan and say to my face and say, call me a little good. Because I guarantee you this, if you do, it'll be the last time that you ever fix your lips to say those words to anyone of idiots in this building every fucking day. And that, you can put no wrong.
He's saying he'd hit a woman. it's okay because he's a queen, so it's even footing, and she outweighs him, so it's a fair fight. Virtually identical. No.
Do you want to apologize to me, or are you going to stand 10 toes down on what you said? I apologize. That's the fuck right there.
Damn.
How can we do? How can we great? But you can't be excellent. How to separate excellence and fair form? Black talent versus black talent. And we're about to throw this fucking building down.
Oh, this is before the match even started. So he hits his catchphrases. He has his catchphrases and shit. He should have ended it like one bar earlier. You know, when she apologized, then you hit the catchphrase and then let's start the match. Yeah, dude, this guy just dragged her ass. I don't even know what else you can add to that. Now, speaking of somebody who's gotten dragged relentlessly multiple times, Val Venis, who recently returned to an indie show, and people were having a good time. I made the joke he looked like Gilbert, because he kind of does. I mean, you got to be honest. And he was doing like the whole Val Venis fucking hello, ladies, towel thrusting and all that shit. And this guy here, Hang 'em High, who's beloved in the IWC, man, by the wrestlers and wrestling fandom alike. He owns the trademark, I think, to Val Venis. I believe he owns the trademark. And this guy, New Titan, goes, remember when my goat Hang 'em High bought Val Venis? And then Hang 'em High goes, fuck Val Venis. So Val Venis and him have been beefing for a long time. And Val Venis, we talked about this like fucking a year ago on PWT Live show. Every Wednesday and Saturday. Val Venis was like, like he was threatening to sue the guy. Like he used my trademark that's been dormant for a website. Like I think he bought valvenis.com and shit like that. No joke. And so Val Venis says, this absolute moron, Hang 'em High, conned money out of his rabid leftist followers in a dumb attempt to trademark my business name, Val Venis. He conned enough money to find a shady lawyer who knew full well it was already trademarked via the law, but took his money anyway, applied and got denied twice. The victims of Hang 'em High's con job have not been paid back. Scammers come in all forms. Suckers are born every day. Is that true? Like he wasn't able to trademark it? I thought he was able to. Let's see if there's a response. Yeah, I don't know. But we move along here, and Val Venis followed up with this. He said he called Michelle Obama a transgender criminal and Barack Obama her gay husband. Now, this, Josh Hokett said some shit. Like, I think this was Val Venis responding to Josh Hokett, like, Michelle Obama's a man. And also some dude came forward and gave an interview to, I want to say, like, Tucker Carlson. And he's like, yeah, I did gay shit with Obama back in the day. Like, we did gay shit or whatever. So I don't know. Who knows? These are all conspiracy theories. It's like, produce the birth certificate, right? It's like, Obama's still he's not even the president. He's still catching heat. And Val Venis saw Titus O'Neil defending Michelle Obama and decided to go even harder in the opposite direction. So Val Venis said, and this is following, yes, Josh Hokett's controversial remarks. And Val Venis says, delusional, spending time with criminals, then portraying them as victims or heroes because they're transgender doesn't change the fact that they're criminals. A perceived identity does not erase criminal conduct. Treating it as if it does is a statist delusion I cannot understand. Let me think about what he just said, because it seems like crazy ramblings. Time with criminals, then portraying them as victims or heroes because they're transgender. Well, what did Titus O'Neil say? Let me scroll down. Ringside News typically does a good job of posting. Okay, yeah. So Titus O'Neil wrote a post saying it's been a long time since they left the White House. He wrote a big long thing. Let me skim it. I don't know. I don't even think he brings up transgender anything. So this guy, Charlie Moon, says, you used to be one of my favorite wrestlers in the Attitude Era, but your comments about a black woman calling her a man is just ludicrous. Luda, you used to be a hero to so many kids, black, white, Asian. No, dude, not the Asians. They choppy his pee-pee. No. But now as a grown man, I see you for who you really are, a racist dick. And then he goes, oh, calling out a hardcore criminal is racist? Give your head a shake and grow up. That man, Michael Obama, is just as much a crook as his gay husband, Obama. Whoa, dude. And you're in too deep. You're trying to keep. Oh, my God. So are they criminals? You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to not call. Here's the thing, and here's the problem. I would say most fucking presidents, you could say, you could chalk up to being war criminals, or like they profited off of this thing, that this, and then this thing happened, that's probably most fucking presidents. Okay. And I don't know, man. I don't like to dive into politics, but if you look into Palantir and the Trumps and all of that shit, I mean, buddy, it's what, like, I would focus on current criminals. Let's just put it that way. If we're gonna fucking start freaking out about criminals who, I don't know, do the Obamas, do they call shots still politically and whatnot, or are they just writing books and fucking Obama's attending Chicago Bulls games and shit? I really don't know. I don't keep up with the Obamas. That should be a TV show. Keeping up with the Obamas, like the Kardashians, right? But yeah, I mean, there's crazy shit. You could accuse any president of being involved in like war crimes. I don't know. I think your energy. Josh Hokett was trolling too. Like, he said that because I feel like he was trolling because, okay, the event was being called like a MAGA event, and one of the MAGA conspiracies, or not even MAGA conspiracies, I don't even want to label it like that, just a conspiracy that's out there, is Michelle Obama is a fucking man, right? So Josh Hokett is just trolling to go viral. And like, whatever, I'm not condoning what he said, but I felt like that was him like trolling the people that are watching that shit. Like UFC Freedom 250 or whatever. Like, he knew by saying that it would make people be like, see, it's a mega event and stuff like that, you know? So I don't know. That dude just says wild shit, and you have to get used to him saying wild shit. And the UFC is very pro freedom of fucking speech, at least Dana White is. And he's completely trolling, you know? People accuse him of being racialist and shit too. Like, he's half Mexican, I want to say, or something like that. So I doubt that's the case. I think he's just doing this like, I'm Hulk Hogan, brother, but I'm like, I'm like very fucking, I'm like America, brother. Let's fucking stir up the shit and get everybody talking, so everybody tunes in to see me either get knocked out or win. And that's why he said it. And then Val Venis is like, see, I'm right on the biggest platform. Fucking my conspiracy theories are true. And really, I feel like what Hokett was doing was like trolling, like drumming you up. So you're talking about it. Like, he was trolling you, Val Venis, you know, specifically, like people who think the way you do. That's how I interpret it, watching it live personally. I don't know. But speaking of deep, dark conspiracies, right? Now, I love my life. I can swim, just so you all know it there. I love Club PWT / the PWT universe. You guys are all the absolute best. And I love you guys. But in the Epstein files, dude, late star Ashley Massaro was named in newly released Epstein files, dog. So this is what I'm saying. Like, listen, we know which way Val leans politically. He lets it be known to the world. Where are you calling this shit out, bro? Like, this is the greatest scandal ever. You know? But there was Epstein-related documents, millions of pages connected Epstein recently made public. Southern District of New York, Audrey Strauss, who is a U.S. attorney, said that the documents includes disturbing claims from anonymous accusers that reference Massaro by name. In the complaint, the claimant alleges conversations involving extreme abuse connected to Epstein's private island and claims that Massaro may have previously worked for Maxwell. So saying Massaro maybe worked for Ghislaine Maxwell, buddies. She mentioned horrible things happening in the island and including death. She had that one from London was very mean. Also, the one from Miami. Also, the man in the mention was making her F dudes, and he liked to watch it. She was young, high school student. Oh my God, this shit is horrendous. She also said that her friend Ashley Massaro got pregnant in high school. They both worked for Maxwell and Michella from Miami, Florida. So basically, like, if you guys haven't paid attention to any of the Epstein stuff, and I don't fucking blame you, basically, like, they had girls, like, recruiting other girls, like, girls recruiting girls younger than them, and then they'd get them to recruit younger than them and things like that. So just horrific stuff, and I don't want to speak ill of the dead, and this was an anonymous accuser of stuff. Who knows? But, yeah, very unfortunate. And I would like to think that was not the case. Do you know what I mean? And I bet if they dig deeper into those Epstein files more than they have, listen, she ain't the only ex-WWE somebody to be named in those shits, okay? So we move along here. And speaking of ex-WWE, Hardcore Holly, the Bob Holly. So this happened to Sid Vicious, I want to say as well. But Bob Holly's wife has confirmed that his Twitter account is no longer ran by him. He deactivated the account years ago, and the account was taken over by an impersonator. And this guy, Heartbreak Corpse, says, stop engaging with this fucking account. So yeah, he just puts out jokes and shit, and then they screen grabbed a bunch of the stuff that he says Karrion Kross is cool. People think it's really Bob Holly, but it is not. And same with Sid's account. Actually, some people think that was Sid's account that then got changed into a Bob Holly account. Or some such bullshit. I don't know. I'm not following it all. But speaking of controversy and fucking all of these things, Roxanne Perez. So in 2020, she put a hashtag speaking out, and this resurfaced on my timeline because I believe Joey Ryan was arguing with people about, like, people deserve second chances and blah, blah, blah. And some people, like, retweeted this and copied and pasted the link to this and were like, Joey, shut the fuck up type thing, right? And we've made fun of, I've A-logged Joey Ryan a little bit here. I think I'm going to bring him back as more of a routine A-log as well, going through his YouTube channel and all that shit. Because fuck him. But Roxanne Perez, somebody who's being stalked, as we fucking, as we covered already, and somebody who's on our TVs every week. This is what she said back before anybody really knew who the fuck she was. She said, as someone, I want to try and do a Roxanne impression here. She's kind of nasally and kind of like, as someone who has dealt with things like anxiety and depression caused by things outside of wrestling, mental health problems are not an excuse to make wrestling anything other than a safe space. I saw a certain story the other day on Joey Ryan that made me feel sick to my stomach. I always thought of him as a good friend. He is always so nice to me, but I always stayed cautious when I was around him. See, that's fucked too. Like, now, again, I'm not trying to, like, listen, if there's a fucking, if you're a chick and there's a dude where you're like, this guy's always nice to me, but I have to be cautious around them. Well, maybe say some shit earlier, maybe warn some bitches. I don't know if she was, but, like, fuck, man, you could have said something. I would never hang out with somebody where I'm like, but I got to be cautious around this person too, even though they're nice to me. That's a predator, bro. But she goes, I always thought of him. Okay, I always stayed cautious when I was around him. I respect him. Chat, was my fucking Roxanne impression on point, or do I got to work? I got to work on it just a little bit. Is it dead on Roxanne? Like, I know I can't get as high pitched as her, but I'm working on it. It's a work in progress, right? I respected it. I respected him just like I was taught to respect any vet in the business. I respected him for believing his only intentions were to amplify intergender and women's wrestling. It's hard to do the nasally shit. I like to believe I saw through the gimmick. I assumed it was common knowledge for a 40-year-old man to not flirt with someone underage, but obviously not. The first uncomfortable comment he made to me at a show was, "I feel so bad for flirting with you." I said, "What?" He replies, "I feel so bad for flirting with you because you're 17. Bro, lock fucking what a bum. Joey, everybody let Joey know that PWT's watching him, and we are definitely A-logging him further going into the future, dude. He's going to become a routine regular fool. All right, and we're going to go through each fucking YouTube video. Oh, golly gee, I feel so bad flirting with you because you're only 17. What a fucking piece of shit. I could be your dad. I just feel so bad, golly gee. I feel bad. I hope you know that, but if it's cool with you, I'd like to keep talking until maybe you're 18 one day. Now, he didn't say any of this. I'm just saying this, but like, fuck you. What were you trying to say? Why are you even talking to a 17-year-old? I could be your dad. And he laughed. I tried to tell myself he was just joking and awkwardly laughed it off. In another instance, once I had turned 18, I had to drop him off at his hotel at a local show. I told the promoter I did not want to because Joey made me feel uncomfortable, but she's got to sit there and just suck it up because he's a gatekeeper to feds and all of this shit. And remember when they rolled the dicks out and all that shit for him? You know, he's like real in tight with the elite and all that. And he's a gatekeeper, and Marty Scurll was a gatekeeper, and fucking Bruv's a gatekeeper, and the elite were gatekeepers in the Cali area where Joey was, but then they're all tight with Scurll, and he's gatekeeping in the fucking UK scene. Fuck, man. Fuck these sickos, dude. And she had to just deal with this because she knew, like, fuck, man, I got to make it. This guy's like a big gatekeeper. I want to get booked. I told the promoter, look, this guy makes me uncomfortable. And then the promoter doesn't say anything either. Just a bunch of fucking cucks, man. The wrestling business, I'm sorry. A bunch of you are a whole lot of bitch. You know what I mean? Not fucking protecting some of these female talent back then. Joey made me feel uncomfortable, but he insisted I did, so I felt I had no choice. And again, people go, well, why didn't she speak up then? Because, like, she doesn't want to get canceled because everybody gangs up and goes, nope, she's lying. She's a who? Right? During the mostly quiet and uncomfortable car ride, he asked for a piece of gum and said, in case you want to make out. Bruh. Fucking cringy. Fucking cringe boomer alert. Trying to flirt. Cringy ass boomer trying to fucking hit on an 18-year-old. I mean, what if she's 18 and legal, whatever? It is weird for me because legal drinking age in fucking America would be 21. So I'm like, that's kind of weird. In Canada, it's 18 or 19. You're at a bar, some shit goes down. I mean, you're not sitting there IDing every fucking person, obviously. But this is like, he knows her intimately from when she was before legal age, let's say. Well, legal age of consent. Well, she ain't consenting to shit. She's weirded out. You're pushing the issue, right? This is where grooming, and people go, well, grooming. You knew them when they were a fucking kid, and this is crazy to revisit this, Joey made me feel uncomfortable, but he insisted I did, so I felt I had no choice. During the most quiet and uncomfortable, the gum, in case you want to make out, I brushed it off with an awkward laugh. As I pulled up to his hotel, he asked if I wanted to get down. If I wanted to get down? So you want to, get down? Holy fuck, man. Boomer alert. What's my boomer sound? Just an explosion? Like, what do you do for fucking, holy shit, these terrible pickup lines? He said, well, it was worth a shot. Seeing the stories that have come up made me realize that these were not jokes, but ways to try and abuse his position of power. No, Roxanne, you realized it then and you knew it then. It's just, thank God you spoke up, though. Whenever I would tell someone the things Joey would say, they would tell me that's just the way Joey is. a fucking weird perv who doesn't shave. So I dealt, but no, it shouldn't be that way. And no one should ever have to feel uncomfortable in any locker room. I'm disgusted reading stories about his actions behind closed doors and will no longer share any locker room with him. So this is before she even made it to WWE, you know, and now look at her. And Joey Ryan wonders why people don't fuck with him, you know, and why they're like, no, dude, get out of the wrestling business. It's like Brian Callen. Right? Like Whitney Cummings tells stories of like she drives him to his hotel, she turns and looks, and he's got his dick out. And he's like, I wonder why people don't want to work with me in Hollywood anymore. It's like, that's why, you fucking weird old man. You creepy, weird old fuck. And that's like Joey Ryan, 40, fucking, all right, I get older and they get younger. Fuck. I'm A-logging the shit out of you, Joey Ryan. You're cooked. So speaking of fucking creeps, Rob Feinstein pays over. Now look at this. This is the biggest L ever. And this guy posted this. I love that this guy posted this. Now, Rob Feinstein paid over $100 for a dinner and meet and greet with Snooki, but tried to frame it as if they just went out on the town randomly. Like, this is lol cow behavior to the fucking max. That's hilarious, desperate, and sad. So look at Feinstein, right? I had a great dinner with Snooki from the Jersey Shore. Cheers. Great dinner in New Jersey, of all places. Go figure. So he's pretending, wearing his Project Rock shirt, and he's a fucking, hey, check out my badass mohawk. Hey, kids, I got a fucking mohawk over here. Check me out, yous guys. So he paid for a meet and greet. Now, take a look at these pictures. Look at picture 1 and then picture 2. And I'm going to break this down. Break it down. Because this is hilarious. So here's the poster, right? So Game Changer presents Snooki, An Evening with Snooki, Nicole Snooki Polizzi. And like, first off, if you're paying $100 to hang out with Snooki, you're a lame. That's fucking lame, okay? That's first and foremost. Secondly, where's Snooki at in her career where she's got to charge a bunch of fucking marks to take a $100, they each pay $100, then they all get to go eat like a catered fucking dinner with her, cut a deal with the restaurant. So how much of that is she even keeping? And then, you know, her agent or whatever set that shit up. Like, oh, how the mighty have fallen. She was a fucking TV star. Now, maybe she makes a killing on this, but you know she doesn't. She's a mom now. She doesn't want to be meeting fucking wackos and sickos and meeting up with people for fake dinners where she's got to listen to people bite their forks and not know how to eat like rich people. No. But, you know, she's there with the fucking, with the plebeians and whatnot. So Snooki, she's got meet and greet and photos and a live appearance, okay? So the VIP experience dinner, you pay $185, limited tickets. So you get to sit at the same table as Snooki. So other people, if you don't buy the $185, if you get just the general admission for the restaurant or whatever, you don't get to sit with Snooki. So he actually paid upwards $200 to sit at the same table as Snooki. And Rob Feinstein, who, again, if you guys are unfamiliar with him, he is essentially, he's a former pro wrestler, founder of Ring of Honor. Okay. And he's known for pioneering the production and sale of shoot interview tapes. Okay. Then he has like a bunch of like allegations and shit against him, I believe. So here, I'm just quickly looking up his controversies. So he attempted to meet an underage minor, and this doesn't fall on Snooki. Like, she can't control who buys tickets to fucking meet her. The incident completely disrupted the professional wrestling landscape. He was talking to a 14-year-old boy named Brandon. It was a setup, though. It was an online decoy. I'm Chris Hansen. I'm Chris Hansen. Why don't you have a seat right over there? So he was ambushed. He was never charged because he faced no criminal charges. The prosecutors ultimately determined that the media group's aggressive tactics combined with lack of police oversight, it was legal entrapment. He had to ditch out from ROH. There was a TNA boycott of him because TNA pulled their top stars, AJ Styles and Chris Daniels, from ROH. And, he took control of RF Video again. And a lot of wrestlers know him and have crossed paths with him. He infamously was beefing with Grapple Vision's channel as well over some of this stuff. And, this guy's just a mark, and he's a fucking cringe lord loser. And so he paid for the 185. So you get to sit at the same table as Snooki, one professional photo opportunity, priority meet and greet access. Okay? Keep that in your mind. So the general admission for 125 means, I'm assuming if you pay the 185, it's limited, but you get what comes with the general admission and everything else, right? Obviously, it's how a tier-based system works. So you get to meet Snooki, you get one cell phone photo opportunity and a meet and greet experience, right? So obviously that comes with the VIP experience dinner as well. So if for general admission, you get to meet Snooki, take a picture, there's a meet and greet, she talks to everybody. But if you pay the 185 for the limited tickets, you get to have dinner with her after, right? And you get one professional photo with her. And you also get the one regular cell phone image with her. Now, this is huge. This is key. This is key because look at this. And here's important info. Professional photos will be taken by event photographers. Cell phone photos must be ready at the time of meet and greet. No outside professional cameras, limited tickets available. So let's go back to this with the picture thing in mind. So here's his cell phone image he got with her. That's what he paid for. He gets one cell phone image. He gets to sit at the table with her because he paid for the shit. He got a professional image with her that he didn't fucking post anywhere. Because look, Rob Feinstein added 2 new photos. So these are the 2 pictures he added. He didn't add the third professional, like in front of whatever backdrop she has set up for everybody. He posted his one cell phone picture he paid for. And then look at this one and look at the look on Snooki's face. Why? Because he creepishly snuck a fucking photo while they're all cheersing. He held his phone up and she's looking right at him like, seriously, dude? Because she knows what he's fucking doing. I wouldn't be shocked if his flash was on. And he tried to take this picture, didn't post the professional pic that he paid for, but tried to post this picture as if, look, I'm even sitting at the table. I'm here chilling with Snooki, which he was, but he paid for it, but he tried to play it off like it was a real thing. And if he didn't, then he would have posted also the third picture, the professional picture, but he fucking didn't. She's looking right at him and she's like, are you serious, retard? Like, I can see what you're fucking doing. You idiot.
Dummy. Yeah.
This is so funny. This is a hilarious destruction of this clown, this simple-brained fucking idiot. Creep. Let's see what they had for entrees. Grilled salmon, black Angus sirloin steak, chicken parmigiano with linguine, and penne primavera. And a cash bar only. You know he was just buying drinks too. A wad of fucking cash trying to buy everyone drinks. Snooki's like, I don't even drink anymore. Right? So just based on the poster, you can tell he just snuck this illegal photo. I hope Snooki sues you. So we move along here. And what do we got? The Alabama Mass Band. Let's end it on a high note. The Alabama Mass Band performed Kane's legendary entrance theme, Slow Chemical, and absolutely nailed it. Let's take a listen. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yes. The flame returns. They're crushing it, dude. Well, Brian, well, it's like poor people and minorities like WWE, Brian.
He had Cuervo with him the whole time too.
Man. Okay, let's go through this video too, and then we'll call it. El Hijo de Snowman posted this. We talked about it earlier. Let's end it with this. Here is Minnie Mouse. Minnie. We'll just call her Minnie. It's Minnie something, okay? And she, let's see, Preach Sister, they won't listen. It doesn't say her name. But she just goes off, and this happened a while ago, but she got a lot of hate and attack for this. And Minnie here is talking about how AEW fans, like, you can't even be critical of the shit, even when you put over AEW, they just melt down on you.
Say 20 more minutes because I fully anticipate there to be an overrun.
Yes, guys, Tony
Khan. I mean, I'm getting my YouTube clips ready because I am ready to knock the fuck out afterwards.
Okay, well, I'll say one thing. Listen, you got to switch your attitude up. Like, your attitude, they say your attitude determines your latitude, as the great, I think Kanye West, that's Kanye West who said that, right? I'm high as a motherfucker, fly as a motherfucker, right? I believe that was him who said that. Anyways, she's just like, look, there's a 20-minute overrun. Fuck this. I ain't even having fun. I'm getting my clips ready while I'm on the air and shit. It's like, whoa, quartering. Don't fucking have fun with your audience. They're there. Doesn't matter if there's 5, if there's 5,000. Fucking put on a show. That's what you're there to do. If you're just bummed out, switch it off and start working on your clips. They won't get mad. Right? If it's that awful of a fucking of a thing. But I dig what she's saying. We all get tired of these overruns and shit.
We do have, okay, so guys, I'm gonna be here for Backlash. Before Backlash, I do want to do a Patreon live. We have a
Deja vu, a glitch in the Matrix.
things to watch.
Oh, she looks exhausted and burnt. Why are you doing it? Is AEW really causing her this much stress, dude? God damn. Yeah, if you're getting burnt like this making content where you're like, fuck, why am I even doing this? Just take a break.
Minion sent me 2 things. So I forget what it is, but I think they're like docs.
And I'm sorry that the audio's not synced up. That's the video.
So on Saturday, Backlash starts at 6. Backlash, and then after something cool happens. I saw it on Twitter by accident. So Brian.
I'm skimming through so she can get to the fucking AEW stuff. So she's just like, what the fuck? Daniel Bryan, who gives a fuck?
Collision. Holy, did we take a dip. Daniel Bryan. That's what I'm saying, dog. We used to have MJF Adam Cole segment about Collision was a day that I stopped caring as well. And I fucking hate that I can't say that without Punk, Joe, Jay White main eventing Collision. Holy, did we take a dip. Daniel Bryan. That's what I'm saying, dog. We used to have MJF Adam Cole segment about Collision was a day that I stopped caring as well. And I fucking hate that I can't say that without people being on my dick about it. I fucking hate that people get so offended.
She's like, yo, son, people on my fucking dick, son. You know what I mean, doggy?
And like self-righteous about like, well, then you're not a true sicko. I'm not. If being a true sicko means blindly watching the product without having one criticism.
Mini portable, that's it.
If being a sicko means to glorify Collision, even though you know Collision isn't even that good. You know Collision is not good, but you're gonna glorify the fuck out of it. If that's what being a sicko is, then I'm not a fucking sicko. No, I'm not. You're fucking right. I'm not. I don't want to be a sicko.
I love seeing people like after all these years, finally they like wake up. They have their, they have their fucking Great
I
Awakening.
do want the Sicko shirt because it's pretty cool. But outside of that, don't call me a sicko because I'm not. You guys made sicko be a derogatory term. It's not even cool to be a sicko.
Then why do you want the shirt?
That's how much the AEW fan base fucking sucks.
Oh shit.
You guys are more. You guys
Yo,
are
she's fed up. Yo, this is a meltdown. Let's go. They broke her.
worse than tribalists, and I fucking hate tribalists. But the
You're worse than tribalists. No, they are tribalists.
AEW
They're also cultists.
sickos, the ones where if you have one criticism, well, blah blah blah, and then give you like a whole paragraph as to why you're not a real fan and why you should stick with WWE. Those are the fucking fans that fucking suck, man. You think the Maya doc is about 45 minutes? Oh, it is Maya. So I could go live at 5 p.m. like 15. It feels like Rampage. It didn't feel like Rampage before, but now it feels like Rampage.
Yeah, and Collision kind of does now, and the problem is that like they do put important shit on Collision, but people just don't see it compared to Dynamite, and especially if we're trying to play the game that Dynamite gets more viewers than Raw, but Collision doesn't get more viewers than Raw. If you want to play that game, then yeah, there's like way less people seeing what happens on Collision, but Tone still thinks, oh, I'm going to put fucking like actual storylines on there and shit and beats to my stories, quote unquote stories. So she is right. And this also, I think this video is from like a couple months ago, but it doesn't matter. She's broken. She's fed up. AEW just sucks the life out of you, and the fucking fans do too.
Motherfuckers be acting like they have some ownership in AEW. Yeah, Sicko feels like someone that eats everything off their plate without questioning what you're eating. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just it. See, the slop. See, it's not just me. These are fucking other people who simp for fucking Minnie. Okay? That are saying this shit. Like, they eat up the slop. Sickos always want to go like WWE's just E-drone fed slop and you eat it up. Yes, we eat up the ads. That's the slop we eat up. Otherwise, like, they have the best superstars, the best looking superstars, the best presentation, the best production, the best fucking storylines, the best everything. They really fucking do. Everybody can agree on that shit. It's not the slop. The slop is just like move, 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 move. That's like scrolling through TikTok. It's just for TikTok brain rotted motherfuckers. And that's, you know, you just eat it up because it's what Tone gives you. And we get 10 matches on this pay-per-view. Yay. Why? Just because it's matches? So just because it's matches in AEW, yay. That shouldn't be the only reason. Like, that's eating up the slop. Whereas in WWE, people are critical. Like, yo, the story's not there for this, so this kind of fucking stinks. There's still a story. That's all you can do. All you can do about WWE is just criticize what they're doing isn't as good as it could be. Whereas in AEW, it's like, you're fucking up here. This isn't as good as it could be. Your fans stink. Tone isn't listening. All the matches are fucking, all the pay-per-views are just filled with matches.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's what it is.
And then you hear the Bang Bang Gang's music and like the most WWE shit they do. That's what people love. Oh, a half-hour talking overrun. Oh, we love it. The best Dynamite. Oh, Edge has a really good match with somebody and he's wrestling using psychology. Oh, we love it, right? The most over shit, Edge and Christian versus Pac and Cesaro, all WWE guys. Oh, it's so good. The Bang Bang Gang, they do an entrance with like a cinematic feel to it, and fucking there's actually like thought put behind their really cool entrance. They're just there for the entrances, Brian. Yeah, people love that shit. Stupid. And then you all glaze the fucking Bang Bang Gang. I do too, because they rule. Because it's like the most WWE type shit. Now, you don't have to be WWE, right? Like WCW. For a long time, they were just very story focused. And they were able to introduce a slew of new wrestlers and cruiserweights that everybody looks back on fondly for their crazy-ass wrestling. But they also gave you some of the best storyline shit, and it wasn't the same as WWE. It felt completely different in many aspects.
Scene. I love this so much.
So, yeah, we're not going to watch this whole thing. Shout out Minnie. And shout out the Sicko, shout out the Wackos. That, ladies and gentlemen, was like a 2 or 3 month long build up motherfucking Sicko segment. We laughed, we cried, we got controversial, we explored conspiracy theories. I said some shit that probably made some people mad. I said some shit that people probably cheered on. We seen some racialists, we seen some stalkers, we seen some fucking crazy folks. And it is time to put you all out of your misery. And we saw some funny moments. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the Sicko Wacko Wars. And that was a PWT run-in. Look out for another one. I might stream on like Friday or something. And we might do some Wrestling's Not Fake, because that's been building up too. There's so much in that folder. And I appreciate you all for being here. Shout out the PWT universe. Again, for pulling up randomly, or Club PWT rather, for pulling up randomly on a fucking Tuesday. We have well over 100 people watching. So I just appreciate you all so much. And I appreciate you all again. I keep saying that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Regular Wednesday, PWT Live Wednesday show. Just a regular show where we watch Dynamite and cover all of the AEW and WWE news. And boy, is there a lot of that. I appreciate you all. Be good to yourselves and each other. Don't fall into the wacko sicko category. Okay? Be good to yourself. Don't wind up in this folder. All right? That's all I can tell you guys. Be good to yourselves and each other. God bless. And I'll see you guys on the next one.
Tony Khan is the best guy. Up on a Wednesday night, got the star ratings ready, feeling just right. Tone booked a ladder match, 12 flips in a row. Dave said 6 stars, brother, let's go. The ratings dipped a little, but that's okay. There's always a reason by the end of the day, when the message boards crumble and wonder why. Dave just smiles and starts to type. Maybe you just don't understand the art. That's the line before he plays his part. Tony Khan is the best guy, never wrong and I'll tell you why. If Tone books it, it's certified. Tony Khan is the best guy. Tony Khan is the best guy. Dave's got another defense to write. Every match is a masterpiece tonight. Tony Khan is the best guy. Tony Khan is the best guy. Tone made another huge announcement again. The biggest announcement since 10 announcements ago then. Dave got excited before it was said. Already handing out flowers in his head. The forums laughed, the podcast cried, the tribal wars burned all night. But Dave was there with a brand new take, explaining every questionable mistake. The critics yell from far and wide, but Dave is always by Tone's side. Tony Khan is the best guy, never wrong and I'll tell you why. If Tone books it, it's certified. Tony Khan is the best guy. Tony Khan is the best guy. Dave's got another defense to write. Every match is a masterpiece tonight. Tony Khan is the best guy. Tone on the phone at 2:45. Dave, what'd you think of the show? Dave said, Tone, that was wrestling history. That's exactly what I hoped you'd say, bro. The fans keep arguing year after year, but Dave's got 5 more stars to give right here.